1, 2, 1, 2. T.O.M. Teachers of Maat. Who am I today? The scribe, been forever, but the name changes with the times. I come from a place where space is home. I go into realms where your face is gone. A change gon' come. As a teen, hypnotized deep in a sleep, party and slumber. 11 life path number, a life of death that's rebirth. Recall realities to reemerge. Soul purge, I'll lend you frequency like loan words. Before I teach, I'll spit a poem first. Step on stage, set the stage, car walking, set ablaze, divine fire. The body is divine attire, sewn from words. Sound frequency, awakening dreams. Don't pinch me every day I wake up, it's a home birth. Start from zero to become the heroes. Cycles of time causes expansion of mind. Potential is exponential. Gain XP, what your power made of. I've had to face self, face to fate, a double fate. What will I make of the present? I'm just trying to pet heaven. Twice great, 2 arms up is none to wave. It's nothing to wave. God separate the waters from the waters. Genesis 1 and 6. See, that source is thousands of years prior to a Bible even existing. It's called the pet word for heaven. Watchers of noon, primordial, pre-ordered, bringing order in order. Its law the scales will represent. A double gift, re-present, Ray is present. Ra, amen to the God inside. The crown will glow as consciousness grows. So what assignment are you on? I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemes, Corona shining. I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemes, Corona shining. Serpent mind winding in alignment. Straight from Orion, the origins. Dig into the root, Kim originals, the oracle speaking. Your aura is gleaming. The sons of God, Amen Ra. Who can't afford a reason to fall below your own means, meaning reaching beyond the firmament ceiling. I see linguistics tricking us deep into sleeping. The way we live inception, I must be dreaming. Doubles, double L, square root, mirrors, reverse the image. My grip was slipping. Almost forgot the point of the mission. Statements point out all the contradictions. Blatant truth lives where my eye is foundation. Yeah, co-founded a nation. Dictionary study spells can be scary. Etymology, this here is completion. Cycle circles, dualism, wisdom. I peddle flowers. 2 eyes are watching to see through the double realm I'm healing. Never out of what's within him. Infinite reasons, just like my brother Arcad. Always remain calm against demons. Death culture, to be alive here, it's a lie here. They crossed us into thinking that death isn't living. The lies are falling through my palms, arm wide, holes in my hand. The Pope's in command, I demand the throne back. Ancient teachings, I'm a throwback. Picture that, see this moment here is cold that. So black, I see through lies. Why they hold that, ocean motions. I'm flowing through noon in the boats of consciousness. My tongue is rolling, planting seeds, sowing. Knee of speaking, untangled quantum DNA, spitting frequencies. I hear Christians scream hallelujah. And this ain't that the name of God is God. I must bring the order back, the scales are tipping. In the court of Allah, moonshine, Tehuti is Yah. This here is Ptah, bulldozing. The one chosen, focus. When the light hits you, just open like lotus. Melt your mind when in mind time is frozen. Blow minds, my mind is golden. Coat me in gold, I've got a gold coat round me like I'm Tutankhamun. Like his, when you spell my name, put 3 lines in. Scribe, presenting the law's findings. Who's he? I me, an echo of Tehuti. Yes, I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemes, Corona shining. We do our best to do our best. had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn what a sister is. I had to relearn what a mother is. There is no other him. Watch your mouth, fix your lips. I am learning to compartmentalize what I find with my mentals. I could have been labeled mental voices in my head. If I speak to the wrong one, I'll be diagnosed schizophrenic. Creating pollution, you can't escape from where Captain Planet. Where's Captain Planet? And it's exactly how they planned it. It's insanity, state in a state of sanity. But I'm the scribe, keep a record on the record, I break records. This, that, medu, nature, echo, living, lively, times 3, trinity. We are not the same, not even similes. Plant the seed, a man receive excellence, adoration, testaments, evaluation, literally. The love is real, yet they be hating. Salutations, I wait to master patience. Acting lackadaisy on your facts, I'm back by conscious beings. I am free, king, lock the wings in. The diction is firm, call me men. A man, 3 in 1, erection, protection, firm. Spitting life into who I speak to like sperm. Creation is aid who I earned. The right to fully see it through. The heart as I rise through. Manu, Akut, lost it when I had to find you. I'm through, times 2, dualism, we will align soon. As I meditate in my room, it becomes a space of pure truth aligned with my eyes. Verbiage is time for more than the 2 eyes. I can see the veil underneath that other veil. Focus when I am locked in. I don't need a cell. Tell me you don't see the traps. Tower power over enemies, frozen over hell, reversing spells. Fell from the skies, the body is disguised. If you needed a sign, well this is it. I hope you read between the lines, left, right. After the first step, I write what's left in me. This is destiny, keep on moving, especially if you find blockage. No amount of pushback will stop this. This will get capped in stone, they cannot top this. Pyro, fire, Ba is my attire. Inspire the ones chosen, the ones open, the ones spoken. From times when life was once spoken. Enchantments, Nesu, double tongue in motion. Give, receive, keep moving and move for keeps. Keep it real, keep the master key. I had to master me. Mirror glass shattered in my dreams. I didn't like the image till I realized I am the image of the image. I'm here for keeps, keep your distance. Social gimmicks, our stories told within the hieroglyphics. Mystics, just keep on living, we're gifted. Our stories told within the hieroglyphics. A language living, just keep on living. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep. I had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn what a sister is. I had to relearn what a mother is. There is no other him. Watch your mouth, fix your lips. Yeah, motivate a nation. Stepping out the spaceship, causing a spaceship. Faced with revealing the spells within this matrix from the Masons. But I'm the architect, best respect, I can architect. Rule your rulership, I hold the heck. Control my thoughts, still move when the game is paused. We speak heck up, this is the best of Medu Necha, bars like Wi-Fi, we're connected. Always on time, frequency and flow through frequency. I know the power I hold in my throat. Creation, destruction, with every single thing I've spoke. Enter, netter, Kurt, show your worth. Heal from all the hurt, not a singer, best believe I hold a note. Read between the lines, you're not really lost in that. I hope you find exactly what you are looking for. This is more than words, taught myself to heal myself. I come from the dirt, no time for slacking or bad habits. Sad tactics of bringing mad tragic mental processes that lack passion. Spit fire, black dragon, school of hard knocks, send you backpacking. Maat eyes, when this appears it's like magic. The fact is, when it's wartime, we go savage. Shield of armor 720, prevent backstabbing all the fiends of good-hearted beings. They don't suit the role, they lack the fashion. So just keep on moving. Keep on moving.
Hotep, peace and love. Can y'all hear me?
Peace.
Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to Teachings of Maat Study Guide Sunday. Today's topic is KASHTA. Stolen Legacy from Kemet to Nubia, presented by the General, Ahati Ma'at. Before I introduce everybody on the panel, we will begin as we do every week with our beautiful affirmation. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Unki Ma'at, Un-N-S, Nintet or Set Ma'at, Minhepapet Ma'at, Her Inhu Per Ikut. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Welcome, everybody. Introduce everybody on the panel. Peace and love, everybody. I am Atep Rem Kem Ma'at. I'm the Chetu of the organization Teachings of Ma'at. I'm a master student of the great Tehuti Amenhotep Ra, the host of this weekly study guide, a true-hearted follower of truth based on ancestral artifacts over religious opinion, a lover of my people and dedicated to learning the Metal Netta, and a loyal defender of Ma'at. Next, we have the great scribe, Ptah Aten Tehuti, is a writer, poet, spoken word artist, audio producer, engineer, healer, spiritual advisor, consultant, business creator. He is a master student of the Natiru, a true follower and protector of Ma'at, a scribe of Tehuti and Ma'at. He studies under the master teacher, Saba, Tehuti Amenhotep Ra. For the scribe, quality always outweighs quantity. He enjoys observing reality and incorporating these observations into his writings and creations to assist in awakening a dormant DNA and reverse the negative hypnosis. Next, we have the mighty Menkhu Ra Meri Ma'at. Menkhu specializes in training and educating youth workers, counselors, and educators about arts, culture, and history. He travels the world to experience how people live and shares it with everyone who is interested in learning from the research he has witnessed. Menkhu has a master's degree in entertainment and media business and has been working in the music industry and with nonprofit agencies providing program planning and promoting concerts and community events in Madison for over 30 years. During that time, he has facilitated the following innovative after-school programs for the Madison School Community Recreation, which includes Hip Hop 101 and Music Production 101 and MP4 music programs for youth. And our presenter for the night is the great General Ahati Ma'at. Ahati Ma'at was taught under the great Tehuti Amenhotep Ra. He has been a serious student and teacher of Kemetic culture and history for several years. He has written multiple books, including a textbook called Journey of Your Soul series, essays, and articles. Furthermore, he hosts in-person and online classes, weekly podcasts, and periodically creates documentaries. He also has experience in public speaking and academic debating, and he is responsible for the creation of this weekly study guide, Teachings of Ma'at. Welcome, everybody, to an excellent show tonight. Peace and love.
Hotel.
Peace, everybody. Hotep. Peace, General.
Peace, brother.
What's going on?
Thank you for that great introduction. It's a chat to you. And I'm going to let you brothers speak first, and then I'll come in behind you.
Menkhu, how's it going, brother? How's your weekend?
My weekend is beautiful. Feeling optimistic, feeling very powerful. Feeling very fortunate to be in this energy with you brothers, and I had a realization a few minutes ago about Saba's teaching me how to love myself and the power in that. So I'm excited to be here with you brothers, and excited about our ascension into different realms. This power is great. I feel the armor. I feel the protection is with us. So I'm excited to be here.
That's a fact, brother. That's a fact. Ani, good brother. What's going on with you?
Hotep, Ma'at, peace and love, good brother. Peace and love to the great brothers here on the panel. Looking forward to the great presentation and class that the great brother Ahati Ma'at is going to be teaching us, going into that Kemetic knowledge that you won't find on these other platforms. So Tua for bringing that here. And, this is a place where you can get authentic Kemetic Ma'at information, and which is so very much needed right now. So Tua to you, great brother, for that. Look forward to that. I want to tell everybody, Hotep Ma'at, peace and love to everyone in the chat. Let's see. Eric G, peace and love to you, good brother. He says, peace, Hotep. Great sister Angela Gates, peace and love to all in the chat. Robert Reyes with the Netter Axes. Absolutely. Malkia Wamungu, Hotep family. Hotep to you, peace and love. And our talent show contestant winner last week, the great brother Big Vapes, FKA Righteous, with righteous meaning right, because that's what he did to win the talent show. So shout out to you, Big Vapes, for that. Let's see, Kitasi Mugadia, Hotep Ma'at, peace and love to the brothers on the front line.
Peace
Hotep,
to you, good brother.
Yes, peace and love. We have the beautiful goddess Nefer Keperet in the building. Hotep Ma'at with the black heart.
Peace.
Formerly known as Carolina. Master K, Hotep Ma'at, Namis Karam.
Peace to you, brother.
Peace, Master K. Menkhu, Ara, Meri, Maat, peace, superstars. Peace, everyone. Before we get started, I'm gonna show the donations that we received throughout the week for the people who support after the live stream is over. So we always want to acknowledge and show our adoration to those who support the teachings of Ma'at and what we bring forth. So if you want to know how to do that, the donation links are in the description box. You can go to teachingsofmaat.org/donate. And if you're on your computer or on your TV screen, you can pull out your phone and you can pull up your camera app and point it to this QR code, and it'll take you directly to our links, PayPal and Cash App at Teachings of Ma'at. So peace and love, everyone who consistently shows your support. So let me share my screen. So first up, we have the great brother, the great consistent one, the disciplined one, Nito Campbell, who sends $5 for support. And brother Atef, your bombs sound like they got silencers on them.
Oh, for real? Oh man, I gotta. Oh no. Okay. Oh man.
There we go. They're getting a little closer.
Okay. I gotta get the artillery. I don't know. They got some type of war going on over there. All the missiles. I'm trying. Oh no.
Peace and love, great brother Nito Campbell, for your consistent support that you send every single week for here, and also our great Saba Tehuti. To you, good brother Nito Campbell. All right, next we have Eric G, that's it, who is also very consistent every single week. We see this great brother every single week. $7 to you. All right, peace and love, great brother Eric G. All right, next we have Emmanuel Rodriguez, Nookpoo.
Gotta do it manually, man. You know what I mean?
Another great consistent supporter who sends multiple supports during a live stream, all with the Trinity sequence of numbers. So to great brother, for the energy and the support you have. He sends 444 for brick by brick, rebuilding our ethical coup, Ma'at. Absolutely.
That's a fact. That is a fact, bro.
Brick by brick. Peace and love to you, Nookpoo. All right, and finally, the last one. We have a new supporter And we always acknowledge and give our adoration. We add all the new supporters to our newsletter that we send out every single Sunday. So make sure you sign up for the newsletter at teachingsofmaat.org. So the good brother Donald Duncan, who sends $2 for support. Tua for that, good brother Donald Duncan. So you were added to the support list on our newsletter for this. So Tua to you, good brother. All right. We are also streaming live simultaneously on our Rumble. So if you're not a part of our Rumble, be sure to subscribe there as well. That link is also in the bio, rumble.com/user/teachings of Maat, where we also stream. So it's another great platform that we're pushing, that we want people to also go to as well, because they're a platform that doesn't police as much as YouTube does. So of course we want to be able to make sure that we have backup plans, because YouTube, you never know with YouTube. So we also want people to go over and support us and subscribe on Rumble. You can support there as well. You can become a member. So be sure to utilize this platform. Please go over there and also subscribe. And there's also a lot of great channels over there as well that I'm sure every single one of you can find interest in. So make sure you join our Rumble. Our Spotify playlist is also in the bio, the link in the bio. So you can listen to us on Spotify, our tones and our sound vibration, and the classes and the teaching. So if you're on Spotify already, be sure to follow us there. Our Discord community. We have a wonderful, wonderful Discord community. There is a lot of great things that we are bringing forth and that we do bring forth over there. We have our monthly meeting. It's a public meeting that we have. And this month is no different. It'll be on the 27th. It'll be July 27th. And I'll put the flyer up for that here shortly. But hit that link in the bio, join our Discord community, and there's a lot that goes on over there. We will also be starting up a new class on Wednesdays to go over the teachings of Ma'at that the scribes brought forth, the laws of Ma'at, the teachings of Ptah, Amen and Mope, Kagimni, all of the literature that deals with teaching you and guiding you into what it means to stand and live on Ma'at. So we will be bringing that forth on the Discord as well. So there'll be a section, and that'll be free for the members. So that's a class for members of the teachings of Ma'at only. So if you're not a member, become one. Become a member so you can also join in our classes of Ma'at. That'll be a more private class. So that'll be on the Discord community, and there'll be a section for that. And all of the members will have access to that section. And we'll be giving a class on that. So join teachingsofmaat.org, and you'll be able to be a part of that class. MetaNetter Mondays. Our great Saba Tehuti hosts a MetaNetter class, and it's yes, we learn about the MetaNetter, the actual language itself, but it's also teaches you that the MetaNetter is actually a living language, and what MeduNetter actually means, which some may just say translates to the words of the gods, the words of the Netter, but it also means to echo, be an echo of that. So to be an echo of the Netter, because Medu is Tet, which means to echo, right? So to be an echo of the Netter comes from imbuing yourself within the lifestyle, and that's what the MetaNetter Mondays bring forth. So email mysticaltelevision@gmail.com, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time every Monday. So that's tomorrow for those who are live with us now, and that's every single Monday. And our great Saba will also be on the Killer Priest pod class after this Metanetter class. So be sure to also check him out on Killer Priest tomorrow, which is July 17th at the Killer Priest pod class. All right. And we also have a business promotion and a creativity section as well for those who may not be into competition, like the great brother Big Vapes and Sharika was Sharika, in which both of them did a phenomenal job on the talent show. So we also have a creativity show for those, if you do art, anything you just want to showcase what you do, you can also reach out to us and we'll give you some time on our platform to bring forth what you have to offer. And if you own a business, you want to promote your business so people can shop with you and get in contact with you, reach out to us and we can also create a section for you as well. Our merch, teachingsofmaat.org, go there to get our merch as well. 10% off for all members. And for all members, if you do not have the discount code, just reach out to me and I'll send that to you, all the members, and you'll get 10% off for the first time for those who sign up for the newsletter the first timers. So there's plenty of ways to support the teachings of Ma'at, and we appreciate and we love and we give our adoration to all of you. So Tua, peace and love, everyone, and I'll pass the mic to the great brother Ahati Ma'at and let him imbue us with the knowledge that he's going to bring. So peace and love.
Peace and love, brother. Thank you for that. Thank you for everybody in the chat coming out. Thank you to Saba Tehuti for inspiring us another day, another week. Thank you to the brothers on the panel. So the first thing I want to do is let everybody know that's watching now and in the future, these brothers are a vital asset to the Teachings of Ma'at organization. They're a vital asset to the Sunday Study Guide class, and they're a vital asset to Friday's pod class. We have a website at teachingsofmaat.org. I don't have time to go over it right now, but if you just put in teachingsofmaat.org, and maybe Ani will go over it, or Menkhu, somebody else. Go to teachingsofmaat.org. You go over to, you look at the top panel. You go over to the tab that says More. You click on that. You'll see Leaders. You'll see Leadership. You click on the Leadership tab. You scroll down. You'll see the great Saba Tehuti. You click on his picture. You can donate to his Cash App. Then you'll see our pictures there. You'll see Menkhu. You'll see Atef. And you'll see Ani. You click on their pictures. You donate there. There's a brother, a new brother. I don't know who he is. He donated $2. That's telling me, I could be wrong. That's telling me the brother is on a budget of some sort, and that's all he can afford. That speaks volumes to me over somebody that has $200,000 and thinks $2,000 is too much to donate. So we're not greedy here. All we want is reciprocity. We put a lot of time and effort, and we sacrifice parts of our lives, literally, to bring this to you. That's how much it means to us. So the least you can do is reciprocate our value if you appreciate what we're doing here. Now, if you don't appreciate what we're doing, then you can definitely let us know. We're very transparent. But just don't donate. You're not forced to. But people that know me, that know us on the panel, that know Saba Tehuti, those that donate know our value. And that's the second thing I want to get to before we start. We're going to start shortly. To those of you, I didn't ask you ahead of time, that supported me or are supporting me, you are appreciated. You are appreciated. And you do see value for value. And this is total respect from me back to you. You didn't have to give me a cent. You didn't have to give me your time to help me, and you did. That speaks volumes to me over anybody just giving me words. These are people that are taking pure action, and we support our supporters here at teachingsofmaat.org, and we'll keep bringing you the best information possible that we can receive from the Nsiru, from the goddesses and gods. We will give you only the best. Always. You can count on us for that. And we will not dilute our teachings. We will not compromise our truth. And we will make sure we stand firm on Ma'at for all of you watching now and in the future, so that you have something to turn to in your time of need or time of want. So I just wanted to say that. And I literally put this thing, I was going to make this a short show today because I am going through my own, it's not really struggle, but I'm moving out of my place tomorrow, literally. So I had to move and I had to do other things these past couple of days. And I'm pretty sure if I went to the brothers and told them that I couldn't present today because I'm really not done yet, they would understand. But you know what? When I asked Saba to come out, when he did, to start his podcast, when I went to the brothers and asked them if they wanted to join me in the study guide class, I took a duty to all of them and to all of you that are watching, to no matter what, unless it's a severe emergency like a gunshot or my arm's chopped off or something, I will rise to the occasion no matter what it is. So I literally stayed up all night to bring, hopefully to you, a great show. And I had only planned to talk for a short while, but it looks like it's going to be a long time because I love to talk. So yes. So if you notice, the brothers say Hanu a lot. They say Hanu a lot. So I'm going to share my screen. Peace, Sandra Shepard. Glad you can make it. First of all, let me real quick give some shout outs. So peace to Eric G. Peace to Angela Gates. Peace and love. Peace to Roberto Reyes. Peace to you. Peace to sorry, hold on. Peace to Malkia Hotep. Peace to Big Vapes. Peace to Katasi. Peace to Nefer Keperet. I like that name. Peace to Master K. Peace to Menkhu. Okay, so I always like starting off my presentations with the Henu and why we say it. Because we are the originators of hailing each other. Our culture, if you're new to this culture, they didn't call themselves ancient Egypt. It was called Kemet. And in Kemet, we hailed each other. So this is the hailing affirmation. And I'm going to read the translation in the Medu, and you can follow along if you like. So it says, ETH Ma'at, per em Ma'ati. Hail Ma'at is everything, we come forth from her. Henu Saba Tehuti, Amenhotep Ra. Hail Saba Tehuti. Henu Kemet. Hail Kemet. Makaru, Makaru, Makaru. Victory, victory, victory. That is our victory voice. And the reason why I love this is because no matter what, I can turn to it at any point in my life. If something is perceived as an emergency or anything, it's a quick pick-me-up. One of the hailings, the originator of the hailer was Osiris or Amun Min Kamuntef. You can see here he has his right arm up. You see that? He has his right arm up. That is one of the hails. That is the Osiris hail. There's another form of hailing that you should be familiar with because it's known as the Black Fist. But it didn't originate with the Black Panthers. It didn't originate with communism. It originated with the Natiru or Kemet, as you can see on the screen here. Okay? So it's called the Kefa, the clenched hand. The Kefa or the clenched fist was a hail symbol for our ancestors, long before communism and the Black Power movements. Hailing with our fists was a feeling of abundance, being filled to capacity with strength and honor. It let us beat our chest in remembrance and raise our fists towards the sky, Ahati Ma'at. And as you can see, it's Ramosis or Ramses I with the great brothers Haru and Menkhu. That is why we hail. Okay. Let's get into it because it's already late. How's everybody feeling in the chat first? Can I get a 1 if you're feeling great? Can I get a 2 if you're feeling all right or good? Can I get a 1 if you're feeling great? Or can I get a 2 if you're feeling just so-so? You're feeling okay. Life could be better. We got a 1 from Eric G, from Big Bates, from Nefra Keperet, from Sandra Shepherd. Okay, everybody's feeling great. That's the energy that we want here at Teachings of Maat. No matter what you're going through, it's great because you exist. We exist. We are one. Okay. I'm gonna ask. I know Ani. I know your situation. Menkhu, I'm gonna ask you to just be attentive because I may need you, brother, because I have other things going on in the background I may have to attend to. So I may have to take breaks. And I'll need you just to take over for 10 minutes or so. But I'll keep you updated. Thank you, brother.
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's get into it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's bring them the truth. Okay, so even before we get to the presentation, I want to ask some questions to the chat. And I'm going to monitor it so that I can see you too. Okay, so on the screen here, we have, what do these next 3 slides have in common? So I want everybody in the chat right now, what I want you to do for me is I want you to look at these pictures really close. You can even read them if you want. And I'm going to ask you a couple questions. So, on the left-hand side, we have a book. This is a popular book I've seen before. I don't know how many of you in the chat have seen it, but it's The Black Pharaohs. The Black Pharaohs, the Egypt's Nubian Rulers by Robert Morcott. These books are not cheap. These books are, some of these books are over, well, both these books are over $100. The one on the left is selling on Amazon for $132.20. And then we have the Nubian Pharaohs, the Black Kings on the Nile. This book is going for $266.54. So in order for them to price it this high, it has to be a pretty popular book, else you wouldn't get this type of money for it. So this is how the deception is perpetuated because of this hypnosis cipher, and we're going to get into that. So on the far right is from a website. It's a quote-unquote African website. It's called face-to-faceafrica.com. So this is just your run-of-the-mill Africa, Black Power, culture type website, right? And it says the Kushite period, when Nubians ruled as pharaohs in their own right, the material culture dynasty, 25th, was decidedly Egyptian in character. Nubia's entire landscape up into the region of the Third Cataract was dotted with temples, indistinguishable in style and decoration from contemporary temples erected in Egypt. The same observation obtained for the smaller number of typically Egyptian tombs in which these elite Nubian princes were interred. Now, if I was brand new and I'm reading this, I'd be like, wow. I'd be like, wow, that sounds interesting. I got to check this out. But my whole presentations mainly are to debunk the fallacies or the falsehoods that are perpetuated on our people constantly, day in, week in, month in, and year in, to keep us in sleep mode. So let's move forward. This is on YouTube. Nothing against his brother. I don't even know who he is. It says he's from Home Team History, Ancient Nubia, Origin of Egypt. He has almost 1 million subscribers. Has almost 1 million subscribers. So again, a popular YouTube channel. Brother has a hat. It looks like it says Kemet on it. He has a Nubian-looking pharaoh. I'm using Nubian loosely. He has a Nubian or black pharaoh-looking statue, depending how you're looking at your screen, to left or right. And he has almost 1 million subscribers. So he's reaching a lot of people with this ancient Nubia concept. Okay. Then we have the kingdoms of Kush. The kingdoms of Kush. The black pharaohs, the kingdoms of Kush, the great civilizations of the past. See you in history. This is See You in History mythology. They have almost 2 million subscribers. Excuse me. They have almost 2 million subscribers, and in 2 years they have over 30,000 likes. So this YouTube channel is reaching astronomical proportions of people with this kingdoms of Kush. So it's not, so usually when we hear of Kush, we hear of it just being one single kingdom. But here you can see clearly it says kingdoms. So there must be multiple kingdoms in this place called Kush. We're going to get to that. I'm just showing you the far reaching of the psyop or the hypnosis that's going on all over the world with our people. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. KASHTA stolen legacy from Kemet to Nubia, the beginning of an era of respect for our past. Our leadership in the past and present is not getting enough respect that they deserve, and I want that to return abruptly. So it's the beginning with the teachings of Maat, the beginning of a new era and a respect for our past. So I want to ask the chat right now before I continue, how many of you have heard of the name KASHTA? KASHTA in the chat. Give me a 1 if you've heard of KASHTA. Give me a 2 if you haven't. Okay, Tef says 2. Big Vape says 2. Angela Gates, great. Angela Gates has. Sandra says 2. Eric G says 2. Ja Rashid. Peace, Ja Rashid. Brother's been with us since the beginning of Teachings of Maat's Foundation. And Kisasi, forgive me, brother, if I mispronounce your name. Kirasi says 2. Great. Okay. One of KASHTA's names was Ma-Ra. Ma-Ra. It's all about money if you didn't know. I'm sure most of the people in the chat know this already. In the Matrix, it's all about money. But more specifically, who controls the land controls the gold. Who controls the land controls the gold. And they control the land quite simply with brute force, or i.e. therefore military power. So no military, you don't control your land. This depending how you're looking at the screen, on the right or left, is a gold mine in Transvaal, South Africa, 1896. You can see brothers. Let me get my pointer. You can see brothers. You can see the brother right here that I'm circling with the pointer, hammering away in a mine. This is I can't even imagine this. And look what's supporting the mine from crushing all these brothers here. It's a flimsy looking support beam or pillar. So at any time, it's already bending. It looks like it could break. And they had no choice. They had to do it because they didn't control the land, and they were being forced to mine our own land for our own precious metal and material, which is gold. So of course, at this period of time, blacks no longer controlled their land. But let's go back to a period when they did harness and possess their own resources without being charged. That's very important. If we live on planet Earth, really, you can't be charged for anything because nobody created the resources that we're charging for today. So at one period of time, there was no money, and our ancestors did not know what money was. There was no currency other than you, other than the person was the value in Kemet, not the paper or the coinage or the precious metals as they are today. These are brothers now in Africa, miners, modern day miners. And to be a gold miner in Kemet, you had to be a B, which yes comes from Ba, which also forms, you've probably heard of the Neset Biti or the Neset Bit. These are the same words. So the miner, or the gold miner to be more specific, was called the B in Kemet. You see right here, it means to work a mine. And if you notice, it has, what do we always say here? We lead with our left. And even the work in the mine was focused on the step 2, or focused on leading with our left. You can see here that the B is also what? It's a mine region in the Sudan. It's a mine region in the Sudan. And the term bit comes from the English word be, or buy, the Medu word buy. However, like everything in Kemet, our lives were interwoven within the very fabric of our existence, meaning just because the miner worked in the dark, dirty caverns of the earth, it did not take away from his wonderful character. So unlike today when we go to jobs or whatever you do for work, if you're not around one of us right now watching today or tonight or wherever you are in the world, more than likely your conversation, unless you're controlling it, is not going to be based on the Medu or Maat or Kemet. But in the nation of Kemet, everybody was so in sync that it didn't matter if you worked in the mines, if you were fighting and defending the nation, if you were with the Par-E or the Nesu Bit or Biti. It was all conversations and mindsets were strictly based on the Medu. It was a beautiful thing. So therefore, there's no class system in Kemet. That's a European thing. The Bai means to wonder. It means to cause wonder. It means to do a wonderful thing. To be amazed, to be astonished, to consider marvelous and wonderful things. Hold on a second. Okay. The bit means, again, something wonderful, something to be amazed at. Because when the miner's in the mine and he's pulling out the malachite, he's pulling out the gold, he's pulling out the platinum, he's pulling out the silver, he's pulling out the copper. This is amazing, all of us, because we can do great things with these metals. He's pulling out diamonds, he's pulling out everything. And unlike today, I'm not saying anybody in the chat or that's watching in the future thinks like this, but most people, when they look at miners, they look at guys that are all dirty. They're not going to compare them to a celebrity, to a star, to a football player, because of this class system that the Tamahus have built for us within our minds. But in Kemet, it was different. We were amazed at these brothers that were working in these mines. This word was also known as the material of which the sky, heaven, or in the Medu Pet, was made to the ancestors of the Nile Valley. You see, physical gold has a spiritual value as well. We will go into that. We will go into more of that shortly. So another word for sky or pet is bai. Or B. We associate courage with the word heart or the Medu Netter Ib. So is there any wonder that the ancestors would also have a phrase that represents the weight of our thoughts, of one's heart or consciousness when it comes to our connection to light land or heaven? Excuse me for a second. I'm selling my mattress. I have a organic bamboo mattress that I'm selling, and somebody's coming to pick it up, so I'm just conversating with them. Okay, so we associate courage with the heart, right? He is a brother has a big heart, sister has a big heart. That usually means they're courageous, they're brave, they can fight. Okay, so is it any wonder that the ancestors would also have a phrase that represents the weight or thoughts of one's heart or consciousness when it comes to our connection to light land or heaven? No, it's not a wonder. No. They knew very well that our physical heart is the representation of our spiritual heart here on earth. So our physical heart is the representation of our heart. There is no separation. There is only connection. There is only unity between us here in the physical realm and in light land, or the spiritual realm, as people call it today. So what does that have to do with anything? There we go. The Bai Harry Ib Pet. The Bai or B Harry Ib Pet. The weight of the magical net. The weight of your heart is what produces what you want and desire in this life. The story that you're telling yourself constantly within your heart, which is your thoughts, which is your mind, is what you are going to produce in your life right at this moment, right from 10 minutes from now, right from an hour from now, right from a year from now, right from 10 years from now. The B Harry Ib Pet is the weight of your heart right at this moment. So if you have a heavy heart, as we've heard so often, it means somebody that's depressed, sad, they're in deep sorrow. Well, yeah, it feels great in the moment because you lose control. You're not in control of your emotions, but it's probably not going to produce what you want in the future. So in my experience, it's better just to push through the emotions and attract that great energy towards you, because you'll be supported by that. That great burden or weight will be lifted in that magical net. The net is the actual Medu Netter word for the word Neith, which is dealing with what? Quantum realm or string theory, which Saba has taught about, which I've taught about, which the brothers have taught about, which most of you already know that have been with us for over a year. And to those that you are new, you can go back to our archived videos. They're in our website. They're on our YouTube channel. They're on Saba Tehuti's channel. And you begin to realize, once you start living this life for real, that the weight of the magical net is the thoughts or the weight of your own mind. So therefore, I can't blame anybody but myself. It is what I am thinking is what is produced within my reality. The Be Harry Ib Pet. Just to make it clear, the way you think determines if your heart will be attacked. Notice I did not say heart attack. So right now I'm going to go to an article right now. It should come up on the screen. And this is from webmd.com, Heart Disease, Broken Heart Syndrome. November 2nd, 2022, by James Beckerman, MD. Can you die of a broken heart? You've seen it in the movies or in the news. Sweethearts married for decades die within a few days of each other. People call it broken heart syndrome, and it's real. Losing a loved one can be emotionally devastating. It's rare, but sometimes an overwhelming loss can affect physical health, including the heart too. Luckily, doctors can treat most cases if you know what to look for. Oh, they did the paywall. I didn't notice this until now. So there's a paywall, so some of the stuff's gonna be cut out, just a part of it. Broken hearts, symptoms such as chest tightness and shortness of breath can seem like a heart attack. So what they're saying here behind the paywall is that your mind can produce a symptom when you feel really sad or depressed. Your mind can produce that literal symptoms that can seem like you're having a heart attack. Your shortness of breath, your chest tightens, but it's not a heart attack. It could be that a flood of stress hormone or adrenaline is too much for it to handle. One theory is that adrenaline causes the heart's arteries to narrow so much that they cut off blood flow to the muscle. Unlike a heart attack, broken heart syndrome makes part of your heart larger temporarily. So it enlarges your heart. And this is why your mind can produce anything you want. So a lot of people will call that spookism, whatever they make up, but that's lies that they're telling you. The truth is right here. This is coming from a medical doctor, and I can bring up a lot more sources if you like. All you gotta do is contact us, and I will give you all the sources that you want. According to Beckerman, the doctor, broken heart syndrome makes part of your heart larger temporarily. So there's physical growth within your heart that your mind is producing. So therefore, what you think you can actually produce in the physical realm. So you can truly have whatever you want and have what you don't want. Just depends what you're thinking about or focusing on more will make it happen. So who gets it? It can happen to anyone, but it's more common among women than men in middle age or older. What makes the condition even more puzzling is that people who get it usually have no history or heart trouble. So it doesn't matter what your health history is, anybody can get it. While we tend to hear about broken heart syndrome when someone loses their longtime spouse or partner, it can happen in other situations too. Someone might go through it after a major relationship breakup, serious financial problems, job loss, or domestic abuse. It can also happen in situations that make you extremely anxious, like public speaking, or very startled, such as a surprise party. The stress of surgery and other major physical issues may also act as a trigger. So almost everything can cause this. That's why we always stress here, we want to keep the energy great. We hate negative energy because it serves no purpose, because what we think about, if it's negative, most of the time, that's what's going to be produced. Imaging tests, a coronary angiogram, for example, would show that your organ's lower left chamber is bigger than normal and that your heart isn't pumping the way it should. So physical things are actually happening, being produced by your mind. No sickness, nothing from a disease. It's happening because of you. It's happening because of me. It's happening because of us. Tell your doctor about your loss and your grief. 2, this can help them figure out what's going on. And then it goes into treatment. The doctor will give you stuff, but the bottom line is that there is no heart attack. It just feels like you're having a heart attack, and therefore it's best to contact the doctor to make sure that you're not going through what is called the broken heart syndrome. It's a physical manifestation from the brain or from your heart, from your thoughts, that is producing this syndrome. All right, so let's move forward. Peace and love to Dominic Marino. Peace to Jay Kirkland. Nefra Keparet says she's loving the background music. I can't hear it, but I'm glad you're loving it. All right, so we went over that. We went over this. Okay. The spiritual aspect of gold. I love this the pectoral. It's called a pectoral now. I love this pectoral, this necklace, Unk's necklace. So great ancestor Tutankhamun's necklace, his gold Bahutet, Heru Bahutet. I love that. The spiritual aspect of gold. Let's talk about that. What is the golden horizon? How does it affect our ancestors, and how can we utilize it today? Remember when I spoke about the miners earlier? Well, let's go deeper. Gold, of course, is the most significant precious metal found in the planet, in our purses, on our bodies. Why? Can anyone in the chat tell me why? Can anyone tell me in the chat why gold is so valuable to you? And maybe it's not even valuable to you. You can tell me that too. Can anybody in the chat tell me why gold is valuable to you? And you can also tell us that, hey, I hate gold. I can't stand it. I break out in rashes, whatever. We have 26 people watching. 26 people watching. If you come in, please hit that like button if you like our content. Does anybody know why gold is one of the most significant precious metals found in the planet? Or why it's valuable to you? Or if it's not valuable? So Big Vape says, to me, gold just looks good. I don't wear gold anymore. Okay. Angela Gates says gold is in melanin, I'm guessing. Okay. Menkhu Ra Meri Maat says gold is associated to Ra in the sun. Heka Kepara says gold. Heka Kepara says a conductor of electricity. Very good. Nefra Kepara says, personally, I love gold because it's beautiful and my family raised us up wearing nice since children. Yeah, I like gold. I stopped wearing it for a while, but I started up again because I like it for a lot of reasons. It is beautiful. Okay, very good. Thank you for your participation. Did you know you've been saying and implementing a Medu word into your life that pertains to this valuable, shiny material? What does our dead, meaning those that passed away, our loved ones, a mountain, and light have to do with the golden horizon? What does our loved ones that passed away, the dead, What does a mountain and light have to do with the golden horizon? So a lot of us have been around for a while, have heard of the coup, or the coup, or the coup. The coup. For those of you that are brand new or watching in the future, the coup, it means great light. It's also the name of what's being called the pyramid today. The etymology of gold means to shine. The etymology of gold means to shine. The word shine means to gleam. Gleam means brilliant light. And the etymology of brilliant comes from the Latin word beryllus. Beryl. Beryl is a hard, lustrous mineral occurring in hexagonal prisms. The golden beryl was called the helodor, or the helios, meaning sun, and doron, meaning gift, or the sun gift, by the Greeks. And that's one of the gems on the screen that you see there. It's beautiful. You can see the hexagonal pattern. And it looks like a star. So why is this important? The oldest known map of gold, and this is courtesy of Wikipedia, the oldest known map of a gold mine was drawn in the 19th dynasty of ancient Egypt between 1320 and 1200 BC, whereas the first written reference to gold was recorded in the 12th dynasty. So the first people to record gold and to mine it were who? Well, our ancestors were Kemet. Okay, we know, a lot of us knew that. Egyptian hieroglyphs, or the Medu Neter, from as early as the 2600 BC, described gold, which King Tusharatta of Mitanni, and I'm going to throw you a gem or right now. Mitanni is just a Tamahu, or a created word for saying the Skagiga, or the Sumerians, as they're called today, or the Babylonians. These are all the same people. Originally, they called themselves the Sagiga, or Kiingi, or the Lulugao. They had a bunch of names, but they didn't call themselves Mitanni. This is part of the psyops and the hypnosis bestowed upon us by the Tamahus, which are the Europeans, or the Greeks. So this Nasu, or Par Ii, or ruler or leader, claimed that gold in Kemet was more plentiful than dirt. So when you have access to something that's more plentiful than dirt, you see more than it, or its material, or its metal as being valuable, like most of our people do today. We have to, just like our ancestors did, we look deeper at its value than just the actual gold nugget, or the gold bracelet, or the gold medallion, or pictorial, whatever it is. Kemet, and especially Nubia, had the resources to make the major gold producing areas for much of history. One of the earliest known maps, known as the T.O.M papyrus map in Turin, Italy, shows the plan of the gold mine in Nubia together with indications of the local geology. So the Kut, you can see here, we have the Tehuti bird, or the Ba bird, or the bird representing the soul. We have the mountain of light. We have Amenta. We have the sun or Ra rising over the mountain glyph. And if you want to learn more of the Medu Neter, I suggest you sign up on Mondays to learn from our great Saba Tehuti. I won't be going over the Medu Neter too much here because we have a class already. It's on Mondays. And if somebody really wants to learn it, they will sign up and join the Medu Neter class. All you have to do is contact Saba Tehuti through his email, and one of the brothers will put that in the chat for me. So I am not going to be covering too much of MetaNet or our hieroglyphs for you. So the light god or sun god represents the Kut. It's also the horizon of the sky and the horizon of Manu. Manu, it was called the West or the realm of the dead because that's where our ancestors were buried. And it's now called the Valley of the Kings, Valley of the Queens, or Menta. And it's also called the Kut-He. So the symbol right here with the mountain in Ra, or the sun rising over the horizon of the mountain, was called the Kut-He. So our ancestors called it Menta, the Valley of the Kings, the Valley of the Queens, the Kut-He. It was the eternal horizon or light land, the realm of light where we're all going back to, whether we like it or not. The photonic realm, the energetic realm. Menkhu said, I heard the meaning of Ghana is gold. Not sure if it is true. And Kitasi says, before the Matrix, gold was the dominant medium of exchange. Very interesting, brother. If you watch the intro of the video, you see this every week. It says from the Kut-He, Valley of the King, comes the Ka, the heart of one man with one mission, one ultimate goal to free black consciousness from the Matrix. Then we see our great Saba Tehuti there as a representative of the Kut-He. How many people in the chat are digging the presentation so far? Give me a 1 if you like the presentation so far. Give me a 2 if it's boring you. And be totally honest. If the presentation is boring you, and it won't hurt my feelings, give me a 2 if the presentation is boring you, and this guy talks too much, and I wish he would just shut up. Or give me a 1 if this is a great presentation so far, and you want me to keep going.
Do not tell our general to shut up. Find a nicer way to give us your feedback.
Thank you, great brother. Okay, so the per M nub. Let's get into it. We're still in the beginning part. Still a long ways to go. The per M nub. So, okay, now one thing, some people, because nobody knows the exact pronunciation of our ancestors' great tongue, so you're not wrong when you're pronouncing the language. That's from my opinion. This is only for me. I don't speak for Saba or the brothers on the panel. For me, if you're saying noob, nub, nobody knows exact how they pronounce the language. I wish they had recorders back then so we would know. But nobody knows, if they're being honest with you. So I say nub, some say noob, per M nub, the gold house. What does the gold house have to do with the sarcophagus? That sarcophagus in the picture there is a great Uncle Moon. I'm only using mainly his pictures because you can access them right now very quickly, but many of our ancestors had golden sahus or coffins. So let's see. The Purim nub is the gold house, or the sarcophagus chamber. Why is this? Well, let's get into it. You have to hammer out or flatten gold because it comes like this, below, straight out of the mountain. Where would this be done in Kemet? Where would there be a gold house? So this is how the miners see gold. They see it as a gold nugget, right? You can see me circling it with my pointer. So nub or per nub is a gold house, so it's a gold foundry, a smelting house. So we are the first people, ancient blacks, quote unquote, ancient. We are the first foundry. We are the founders of the foundries. Now today, the foundries are run by Tammuz. I don't know one brother that runs his own foundry. Again, I'm not going to be going over the glyphs too hard because Saba has a class and you should If you really want to learn the Netter, go Mondays, please. After the foundry or per nub finishes with pounding out the raw nugget, it looks like this. This is on Wikipedia. You can find it easily. This is a gold sheet that our ancestors pounded out. It's as thin as aluminum foil. If you got aluminum foil in your house, look at it tonight and think about what your ancestors pounded out in gold. They did that. Amazing. I can't do that. I don't know anybody here that could do that. But I believe they're just using hammers. That I'm not sure of. So if somebody finds out exactly how did that, please share it with me, because I would like to know. But if they just hammered this out, it's simply amazing. And then if you remember the pectoral from before, Tut Uncle Moon's Bahutet, gold Bahutet, that is pounded out like this gold foil down here. And it came as a nugget initially. This Sahu or coffin up here came as a nugget. Simply amazing. Part of the per M nub of Tut Uncle Moon. This is courtesy of this little excerpt here is courtesy of a website called northernminer.com. So you have miners, of course, today revering the ancient techniques and using their techniques in modern mining technology. This is from northernminer.com if you want to check that out. 250 ancient gold mines have been identified, including sites at Abu Marwat, Abu Zawal, Baramaya, Sir Bakis, and Wadi Hamamat in the eastern desert. Current gold mines in the area include the Sukari open pit operation. That's a little too fast. Oops. Go back. And then up here, according to many, these are the Kushites. Remember that word. All of us have heard this word Kush. These are the Kushites up here found in the tomb of Hu. You remember from one of my presentations I talked about Nu, Mu, Hu. Hu was what? Hu is what we're calling DNA. It was the blood of Ra. So the ancestor's name or his tomb is called Hu. And many people are calling ancestor Hu a Kushite. A Kush. A ruler of Viceroy, a Kush. We're going to get into that. So right now, these are Kushites, but we're going to break that down soon. Look at this amazing wall. Again, same technique had to come out of the ancient foundry, the Per Nub. This is one of the sarcophagus chambers. Just one of the sarcophagus chambers of Tut Uncle Moon. This is one gold wall in the Per M Nub. Just, I'm going to let that resonate with you for 30 seconds. Just admire that. I wish I had that in my house. So that is amazing. Just the detail of the glyphs. So we have ancestor Tutankhamun, of course, with the brothers, the warrior brothers on either side. Let's keep moving forward. Now, if you notice in the hailing I do, or some of you have names like Ma Heru or Ma Karu. Karu means true voice. It also means your true voice means the hail, the Henu. So the Ma Karu comes from the word Kur, which is also a word for the Kurt, or the Netikurt. So you've heard us, the brothers, me, Saba, talk about the Netikurt a lot. Did you know that the mind of the Netikurt was the mind of God, or the mind of Osiris, because the God is talking about is Osiris, and it was the tomb, the cemetery. So the mind of Osiris is called the Netikurt. We're going to get into that, why. The Netikirti was what? A miner. So the average miner in Kemet, brother or sister will look at him and go, Henu, hail Netikirti, hail Netikurt. And the brother would definitely recognize what that is. So why is this important to know? because the Netikurt is the place where sound, vibration, and light go to dock. So Netikurt, of course, is what we're calling death, or the realm of death, right? Rastal. And it's a place where when we leave our physical bodies, our vibrations, our frequency, what's animating my voice right now, what's animating me right now, what's making you see me right now, goes back into this realm first before we make our journey into Lightland with the rest of the material. Because just like you and I, we wouldn't just let anybody into our home. I hope you don't. Or life. Excuse me for a second. All right. So up here you see Kur. Kur is the root of Kurt. Kur means to pour out, to eject fluid. So it's showing you the placenta glyph, or the sieve. It's a sifter, it's a separator, just like the placenta separates the child from its mother with nutrients in the womb. You have the symbol for Ra, you have the voice, because this is interesting. Ra not only means light, it also means sound frequency. The voice, the mouth, and then here is lips. The lips can signify lips like my lips talking, or it's also the vagina lips, or the pussy lips, as that's what they are. So, and they eject fluids too. They eject life. Next, we have Kur, which is a boat and a ship. We know from past teachings here, if you're brand new, the boat, everything in the physical realm is synonymous with what in the spiritual realm, or what you're calling the spiritual realm, which is really the energy realm, which is Lightland. So both are simultaneously working together. So when we have boats here, or as our ancestors built boats here, they knew they were building it as a replica or representation of the consciousness, because your consciousness is also represented as a ship sailing. As you can see over here, you can see Osiris or Asar on the boat of consciousness right here in the Tuat. Hailing who? His Ba, that's up on a pedestal, because that's a whole nother thing. I don't have time to get into that right now. We don't have time to be sad and depressed and sorrow. Yeah, for a few seconds or moments or whatever. There's too much going on here to pump you up, to lift you up. And that's what we're here to do. So we're pouring out liquid means you're ejecting life. Every time you speak, think, interact with others, you eject life into them. You're doing this through your consciousness, the Kur. We come down to the bottom of the screen. The Kur, if you go to Wikipedia right now, it calls it the Book of Breathing. The Book of Breathing is back to the psyop again, because that doesn't mean anything. What? Breathing? A book that breathes? It doesn't mean anything. When you start linking things together, and then after Kurt, the Book of Breathings, it means a lot. And then you come to the original meta word for the Book of Breathings. That'd be a great question for the great Saba Tehuti. He has a class on Fridays, 7 p.m. Pacific time, and he runs pretty late, sometimes even till 2, 3 in the morning. So you have plenty of time to watch some point of it. That's on YouTube, and one of the brothers will help you get there if you need help. One of the brothers on the panel. So the Kur also represents the man who is with himself, and you see right here we have the symbol for Heka. Heka is the word that's being used for magic, or the Hekau, because it's dealing with your Ka, your energy. Your energy is what's producing the quote-unquote magic, or the great things that you see happening in your life. It is you that's producing them with your thoughts, with your boat, with your consciousness, with your ib, with your heart. And the man who is doing this is the man who is by himself, because I can't do it for you. I don't. Maybe the other brothers claim they can, but I definitely can't. I can only give you this information, and what you do with this information, it's on you. That's what that means. Because when you leave out of your physical body, it's just going to be you initially until you meet up with the rest of the ancestors and what they call spiritual guides. They have to make sure that you can, you're still who you are, like you were here. And the Kurt means what is destined for a man. It is your nature. What's up, Maharu? Glad you can make it, brother. Yeah, everything after a while becomes synchronicity. Yes. Who's the brother here with the afro? This is ancestor or Pawut or Pa. That's the Medu word for ancestor. Our ancestors took the Netrikert very seriously. I take the Medu in this life very seriously. If those people that know me know this well. He's so serious. Our ancestors took the Netrikert seriously. So this is Hesi Ra or Hesi Ray. You've heard Saba teach on him. You've heard some of the brothers teach on him. This is your first dentist. That's one of his attributes. He had many. So he's famous for being the first dentist. And Hesi Ray means favored by Ra. And you can see that Hesi Ray saw himself as a netter because you can see very clearly on this beautiful wooden carving. This is so beautiful. You can see the netter symbol, which is the axe. For those of you that are new, the English term you're using as God or whatever you're using God in your language, literally comes from this beautiful weapon and asset for chopping, right? Chopping meat to eat, sustenance, is the axe. That was the netter symbol or the God symbol. And Hesi Ray is looking directly at it, and obviously looks at himself as a netter. And eventually you will too, if you're new. Brother Hesi Ray in the Netrikert. So the one on the right here, or depending on how it looks on your screen, right or left, this is him as a scribe. So Kemet is always about connections with yourself, connecting with others, other followers of Maat, like-mindedness. So in the Western society, what do they have? It's in boxes, box labels. I'm a dentist, I'm a truck driver, I'm a mechanic, and that's it. No. In Kemet, you could be anything that appealed to you, knowledge-wise. The knowledge is infinite. We're the one that put limits on it. So there is no limit in your mind, in your thoughts. You can be whatever you want to be. So brother Hesi Ray saw himself in the Netrikert as the great what? Sesh. The Sesh, or the great scribe. Here he is with his scribal tools, his palette. And he's holding weapons. He's holding a staff there, what the Chinese call a bow or staff. He's holding his weapons there. His brothers were definitely not soft. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is not yours. Tamu philosophy. The etymology of the word mine is from an unknown origin. When you see unknown origin in the etymology dictionary, you know there's a cover-up coming. Tamu does not want to acknowledge that the Medu Netter is creating this word, so they say unknown origin. So the etymology of the word mine is from an unknown origin, similar to the names Nubia and Kush. We'll get to that in part 2 of this presentation. What's interesting is the word mine did not come from the Greeks or Romans because their land produces poor resources compared to the Nile Valley. Kemet. Most of us know that today, that the only reason why the Tamu is in our land is because of the resources. If there wasn't anything to suck out of there, they would not be there. What's even more fascinating is the English word mine, from the old French word mine, 1300s, means vein. Vein is from Latin vena, which means a watercourse. What watercourse is associated with the mine of the netter, or the Netrikert? What watercourse is associated with the mine of the netter or the Netrikert? Does anybody know in the chat? Give me one, or just give me an answer if you know, or if you don't know, you can say you don't know. What watercourse, and if you don't even know what a watercourse is, you can say that too. What watercourse is associated with the mine of the netter or the Netrikert? Okay, so we have Roberto Reyes. Peace to you, brother. He says denial. Hector Keparas says happy. Angela Gates says denial. Big Faith says thinking. These are great answers. Great answers. Kitasi says denial. Great answers. Oh, Roberto Reyes says new too. Great answer. Okay. The aunt or the int. The aunt or the int or the int. Remember, nobody knows the exact pronunciation. All we know is that the dot above the letter is a E or in, or it's an A. It's a long sounding, it's a vowel sounding letter. So the eat or the aunt is a water course. It's a channel. It's a valley. Very interesting. The aunt is a valley to ravine. It's the upper valleys or ravines, the valleys of the tombs. Okay. We're going to want a boat to navigate the vein of the Netter Kurt. So this on the left-hand side is called, this is out of the Papyrus of Ani by R.O. Faulkner or Robert Faulkner. Highly recommend it. And the Talmud calls this the Lasian Field or the Seka Aru. This is a watercourse that's being talked about in the Medu Netter, the Aunt. You see Ani's going through his journey on a boat. This is not a physical boat. This is the boat of his consciousness, because the word aunt or ant also means consciousness. You can find that in Budge's dictionary. So it's showing Ani's journey through the Netter Kurt on this boat of consciousness, going through the ravines and the waterways. So again, we have the connection to the Kur. You see right here, you see Ani on his boat. Guess what the only word for vein is in the Medu Netter? Guess what the only word for vein is in the Medu Netter? It's the Met. And we know Met means, excuse me for a second. Okay, I got to step away for about 10 minutes. Menkhu, if you could take it over, brother, please. Thank you.
Peace, peace.
I will be back in 10 minutes.
How's everybody doing in the chat? Let's get some interaction in the chat on what you're thinking, how you're feeling about the presentation. I also would like to take this time as well to talk about everyone to save the date. I want you to save the date of October 28th, 2023 will be our first in-person gathering to celebrate both of the Tehuti pod class and the teachings of Maat Sunday study guide. I want you to save that date. In Los Angeles, California, we are having our first in-person gathering. It's going to be so special. I am looking forward to meeting you all face to face. No more digital screen. I don't want it. I mean, I love it. I love y'all. I love seeing y'all over the screen, but I want to break bread with you all. I want to buy if you're an entrepreneur, I want to buy some of your products and goods. If you are a performer, I want to hear your tones and see your cultural expression. If you have children, I want to meet your significant others. I want to meet your family. I want to meet you. I want to shake your hand. I want to hug you. I don't want to cross any boundaries, but I'm a hugger. I want to celebrate Saba. There's going to be various components to this get together. Tentatively, if my RE serves me well, we will have Ani will have his time to present. Our great General Ahati will have his time to present. We will have a talent show, an in-person talent show. We're going to eat good food. We're going to have, did I say drumming ceremony? I'm going to try and work my heka and get some, I don't know if you all know what a djembe is or an African drum is, but I want to have an African drumming ceremony. I want to, we're going to have a acknowledgement and award ceremonies for members of the T.O.M. It's just going to be a beautiful, also I want to have a time where we are giving our offerings to Saba Tehuti. This is going to be all about you. Is this ceremony, this in-person gathering is going to be very special. I'm hoping I'm going to do all that I can. So Atef will be our masters of ceremony. He will, be the person that will, keep the ceremony going since he is our Tuchetu. I have dreams, y'all. I have a tentative vision, but I have not shared this vision with the leaders yet, but I will be sharing that with them. I will speak to you all about this at our next Discord. This will be a community effort. Like, we will do this together. I am just your humble servant. I am just the coordinator and the organizer. I'm here to serve you. I want this ceremony, this in-person gathering, to be what you would like to be. So in the chat, please give me your feedback of what kind of things you would like to see. But first and foremost, because I have not gotten this approved by the brothers on this panel, this just right now is in the beginning stages of conceptualizing it. But all I'm asking right now is that you save the date, and we would like to see you October 28th for this celebration. The celebration is going to be from 1 to 9 p.m. And we may have some things that we can do before the event happens. And we probably will definitely get together somewhere social so we can continue to gather while we're together on this weekend. Me personally, I love LA. So I'm going to be flying out that Friday, and I'll definitely be there that weekend. Every time I go out to LA, I tend to stay like a week or so. I know everybody can't do that because you have family and friends and jobs and other things, but definitely that weekend. Yes, Angela Gates, the whole weekend, we turning up for Maat. We celebrating the T.O.M. and we celebrating Saba Tehuti. So we will be sending out information soon because we will need volunteers. We want to decorate the space that we have. We'll need security. So it will be a ceremony. It will be a special occasion. And we definitely want you to attend. So clear your schedules. We will be making arrangements as far as lodging and hotel. We'll throw out some suggestions of some places that you could stay. But of course, feel free as far as your accommodations, what you need. This will be a family-friendly event. So bring your significant others, bring your loved ones, your goddess, bring your kings, your pharaohs, bring the children. I love children. Bring your family. And if you want to have an opportunity to meet us in person, to meet Saba Tehuti in person, this will be our chance. I'm talking a lot. I want to to the brothers on the panel. You brothers want to say anything? I'm talking a lot, but this is what I got on my ib right now, so I just wanted to share that.
Do your thing, brother. Hold it down. You going in, brother. Keep that excitement going. Roberto Reyes says, do a collective meditation and chant to raise the vibration.
Yes, but say here's the thing with us at the TOM. If you suggest something, we want you to facilitate that. So if there's someone that can facilitate a Kemetic, it has to be ancestral artifacts over religious opinion. It has to be rooted in Ma'at, everything that we do. So if we do a collective meditation, you have to have a meditation and a chant that is associated with Ma'at and Kemet and something super official. You got to run that by Ani 1000%. So we are open to that. We're very open to that, and we will continue this conversation. Let's start it. Yeah, the offering ceremony for Saba Tehuti, that's got to be lit. That's got to be, Saba, I have a vision, Saba will be sitting on the stage, and then we'll organize us different people being able to bring their offerings and their gifts to Saba. Every time I visit Saba, I bring an ostrich feather, the feather of Maat. I bring him incense every time I see him. You don't have to do what I do, but that's what the Kemetians did. And so, yes, start thinking about what gifts you want to give him. We need to honor the Par-EE. We need to honor our Saba Tehuti, the elder, the healer, the teacher, the lover, the archaeologist, the scholar, the warrior, everything that he is. Bring gifts and offerings that honor who he is. His time is very precious and special, and we will have a time on October 28th to bring our best to Saba. And so I'm talking a lot. Please, brothers, build with me and share your tones on any thoughts and feelings that you have right now.
Yes, peace, great brother. Yeah, that's excellent. Tua for bringing that forward, to go ahead and plant that seed in everyone's mind, to go ahead and set that date, because that is the date. So October 28th, make sure you guys come out and join us. As the great brother Atef says, now it's time to join us in the physical, and meet each other and give each other adoration in person. I will be performing as well, so you'll get the tones that you are coming to learn, and we'll be able to perform them together. So yes, you will get a performance from me, and I look forward to that. It's going to be phenomenal. We're rebuilding what was done in ancient times of our ancient Kemet youth. So this is absolutely phenomenal. Lock that day in. Go ahead and start looking at your board accommodations. We'll post that in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, go ahead and hit that link to join our Discord, and we'll post different locations that you can stay at around the area. Go ahead and get your flight accommodation set. Go ahead and get everything ready. Don't wait till the last minute. Go ahead and just start looking for that. And yes, we'll definitely supply. He says, I will just need help with lodging. Yes, we'll definitely supply some places that are close and affordable. So that way we all make sure that everyone has somewhere to stay. So peace and love, great brother Menkhu, who is the Mer Per who is the chief steward. So he is doing a phenomenal job at being that. So This is the vibration that he carries, and tell he's extremely passionate. And that's what we want to do. What it is that you love to do, that's where we want to make sure that you're able to be implemented. So this great brother is leading with his left, and I know that this in-person meetup will be absolutely phenomenal because of the great brother Menkhu and how he is putting his eve into making sure that this turns out to be a beautiful ceremony on so many levels. So Maharu will all that information will be in the Discord, so just make sure you guys are in there and attentive in the Discord, and all the details will be coming very, very soon. We'll have everything detailed out for you. So just make sure in the Discord, we'll speak about it. We'll speak about it much more in detail in our Discord meeting. That's this well, not this week, but the 27th this month. We'll definitely go into more detail about it there, and we'll be able to answer all of your questions there in the Discord meeting. So go ahead and set that date on your calendar as well. July 27th, 4 p.m. Pacific time, and come in and we'll answer all your questions there. So to our great brother Menkhu, great brother Atef, and see, okay, Ahati Ma'at is back and ready to continue keep rowing this boat. To a great brother.
Okay, thanks for holding it down, brothers.
Peace, yes, brother.
Okay, where were we? Oops, not yet. Hold on a second. It says I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, it's up.
Oh, okay. Okay, so thank you for your patience, everyone. And let's get into it. Let's continue. So we went over this. We were at the Kerr connection with the boat through the Netter Kurt. We got to the word for vein. It was the Met. If you're in the Metu Netter class, if you're not, Met is another word for mother or Mut. It also means life or death. It is your artery because, right, if an artery is severed, it usually means you're physically going to die. And so that was the original word for vein prior to the English word vein, or vena, the Latin vein, was the Met. The Met. And pay attention to these two instruments here because they deal with the topic tonight. So the Met, again, is the inundation or the emission of the Nile god, or the god of the watercourse, or the god of the Seketa Ru, or the god of the Neter Kurt, which is Osiris. Part 2, from Nub to Nubia. This is the Antet Kek, Anet Kek, the valley of the shadow of death. The image that you're looking at is the moon over one of the mountains in what's now called Nubia. Beautiful image. The Anet Kek. Remember, the Medu Netter word for Nub is gold. The etymology of Nubia is the region of Africa bordering the Red Sea south of Kemet, or Egypt. It also means gold. You see that? So the English is acknowledging that Nubia is from Nub, However, this again is the PSYOPs and disinformation program. Because Nub is not from Nubia. Nub did not create Nubia. But here, if I just looked up the etymology, like most people, when they hear Nubia, they think it's a real thing. The etymology is even agreeing that Nubian or Nubia is synonymous with Nub, and it means gold. That is not true. So even the etymology, you have to double check what it's saying. Everything has to be cross-referenced and double checked, because the whole matrix is a system of lies, built on lies. That's how it functions. So here's proof. Nub. Gold. Gold of the water. Alluvial gold dust. Gold of the mountain. Gold dug out of a mine. Nub. The meta word for nub is gold. It's not Nubian. So let's start systematically destroying the many lies of our enemy, the Tamahu. Remember, the etymology of Nubia said it's the region of Africa, bordering the Red Sea, south of Egypt. Here's a map from the 15th century. They call it the Egyptian Empire. And on this map, you can see in all green, we have Kush. We have Egyptian Kush. And you see way down here, they have Punt. We're going to get into all that because the whole PSYOP is a connection in itself. So if you went to Wikipedia and you looked up Punt, you would see that it says that it's a country south of Egypt on the Red Sea. In this program I'm using, I can't zoom in. So you can just look this up on your own. You just put in Punt in Wikipedia and this will pop up. It says a country south of Egypt on the Red Sea. We see that over here on the left-hand side. We also see glyphs over here. We're going to get into the glyphs. Okay? So let's focus on Punt first. So if we went to Wikipedia and we looked up Punt Land, there's this place called Punt Land. I don't know how many of you knew that. And it's in what's now called modern-day Somalia. That land obviously wasn't called Somalia by our people, by our ancestors. For time purposes, I'm just going to read the highlighted part down here at the bottom. It says the name Puntland is derived from the land of Punt, mentioned in the ancient Egyptian sources, although the exact location of the fabled territory is still a mystery. We're going to go over this fabled, quote-unquote, territory. The fabled territory, we will find out shortly what fabled means and how it is used to deceive those of us who do not have access to the teachings of T.O.M, or teachings of Maat. When we look up the etymology of the word fable, in the highlighted part, it says it's from the 1300s, and it means falsehood, fictionist, narrative, a lie. Remember that book, Aesop Fables, as a child? And when we would read that, they were great analogies. They might have even helped us in certain aspects of our lives. But at the end of the day, what went through our minds? It's a lie. It's fiction. But when you look at the root word of fable, what does it say? It says ba. Ba just means to speak. Doesn't mean you're speaking a lie, it just means to speak. Talmud takes our scribal tribal stories and calls them a lie. Hence, Punt becomes a fabled, quote-unquote, territory. because immediately in most people's minds, you hear something's a lie. Most people, instead of going to cross-reference to make sure that what they're being told is an actual lie, because that takes way too much time to do, they'll believe it and dismiss the story, and therefore lose out on another chance to have their identity given back to them by our ancestors. I'm going to give you another gem. If you look at the word fantasy, it's not part of this presentation, but if you look at the etymology of fantasy, right, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? You think of something that's fiction, a lie, it's a fantasy, it's a delusion, la 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 la. That means Ba too. So I don't live by fantasy. I believe every one of you listening today that have been listening so far and that has been listening to us for years and will continue to listen to us in the future is somebody that's great. Whether we have personal differences or not, the universe does not play favorites. You are great. Is that a fantasy? When we look at the meta word of punt, pun, Big Pun got his name from here. No, he didn't, but I'm just saying that. But a pun, or paunt, punt, that's how you say paunt. But people say, the Tamil will say punt. Punt? You mean punt the football, Ahati? Paunt. We see a glyph here. And we have the the Nefer, or another name for Osiris or Sar, the great African hare. A fertile animal, just like the universe. And then we have the Nu, right? Below it. And what does it say? It says a gold-bearing country in the southern Sudan whence came some of the aboriginal Egyptians. You see that? They're equating Paunt and Unefer or Osiris with the aboriginal, which is another misnomer term for our people, but I'm choosing it because people have heard of it, right? And they're calling these are the original people of the Egyptians. Of course they have to hide the information. And then once again down here, we see what? The staff. That same staff here I showed you earlier. Okay. Oh, and by the way, to make a plural of a meta word is the use. So the Paunt people, the people of Paunt call themselves what? They call themselves the Pauntiu. They didn't call themselves Nubians. I haven't even showed you anything with Nubian yet in the meta, have I? No. These awesome warriors on the screen are Hatshepsut. You might have heard of her. The great Hatshepsut, great sister. The Asenet. The Hemti. These are her warriors. And what were they called? The Paunti. The Pauntuyu. I couldn't find anywhere where they called themselves Nubians. And if you can, let me know, please, because I'm all about truth, Maat. Right, sister? So is there a meta word for Nubia? That is the $1 million question. Is there a meta word for Nubia? And that sister looks like the sister's back in our ancestral times. That's why she's on the screen. Nubai, Nebs, Ims. I did a debate a long time ago with some clown, and if anybody's interested in seeing that, you can always ask me for the tapes and all that. That was a fun time. But our debate was basically over Nubia and the word, the meta word nub, and one of his defenses was that Nubi or Nubita is the proof that Nubia is in the meta. But however, when I look at this closer, right, the Nubi, Nems, Ims, or Ains, we see that it means a lioness goddess, one of the forms of Sekhmet. It doesn't mention anything that deals with gold. It doesn't deal with anything that deals with the actual region. It's talking about the Netherret. There is no word Nubia, a Medu-Neter word Nubia in the dictionaries. The Medu-Neter dictionaries or hieroglyphic dictionaries. Is the word Nubia in there as a description by the Talmud, like Budge? Yes. But the ancestors, if we went up to them today and looked at half-chested soldiers and said, hey, Nubians, peace, brother, peace, Nubian, they would just stare at us. May even chop our heads off. So let's connect Punt or Paunt to Kush. This is where it gets even more interesting. Let's destroy Kush now. Was Kush an actual nation of people in history? Let me ask the chat that. Got a steady constant 25 in the chat. That's good. Everybody in the chat, is there an actual nation of people named Kush in this Kush kingdom? Is there an actual nation of people from a kingdom or a country or a land called Kush? Berto Reyes says no. Okay. Eric G says no. No, and here's why. When you go to Wikipedia again, and I love using Wikipedia because it's readily accessible for everyone to look. When you usually look up stuff, it's one of the first things that come up. So they have this place called the Kingdom of Kush. Yeah, Master K said Kish, Kash, Kush, Kush. They have this kingdom called Kush. And it says the Kingdom of Kush, the Egyptian Kas, the Kusi, the Syrian Kusi. Then it says the Kushite era of rule in Nubia was established after the late Bronze Age collapse, the disintegration of the new kingdom of Egypt. Kush was centered at Napata, on and on and on. Let's look at this closer. So remember that map I showed you, the 15th century map I showed you, and it was green? And the northern part of the green part of that map of Paunt had Egypt. And then at the lower half it had Kush. And all the way at the bottom here, where the pointer is circling, it had Paunt. Remember that map? It broke it up into different parts. Now this map, this map is showing the whole, almost the whole entire Egypt is Kush, man. I'm laughing because to the person that doesn't know this information that you all will know tonight and beyond will think this is absolutely true. It sounds great. They have totally erased the whole empire of Kemet and replaced it with something called Kushite. Excuse me 1 second. So everybody see that on the screen here? It has Kushite heartland. The heartland is right down here where the original Kush was. Above at the top, it was Egypt. Now it's totally Kushite. And down here, Paunt has been, it's not even on the map. We zoom in on this. That's on the left-hand side. It says the Kingdom of Kush. It says the Egyptian. The first thing it says after the Kingdom of Kush, it says Egyptian. And you see these letters here? The missing letter is an A. It's a Kas. It's the Kas because it's also dealing with Ka, your Ka. It's dealing with an energy, a magical energy. Because the Nubians were also known as the Hekakasut, which that destroys the Hiskos. That's a whole nother lesson. These are all the same people. See, the Talmud comes in, he says, these are niggers. some of you might get offended by that, but this is how they were. These are niggers. Look at the nigger there, look at the nigger there. This is a Cushite, this is a Nubian, this is Egyptian, but these are all the same people. Do you get it? Our ancestors looked at us as the same. There was no separation between the miner, between the pari, between the vizier or the scribe, between the warrior, between the general, between the architect, between the cultural, the minister of cultural enlightenment. There were no differences because you can't run a nation for tens of thousands of years being ununited. But the Talmud wants the separation, so they have to come in there and separate it. However, they can't totally lie, because if they totally lied, it'd be way easier to expose them. So they have to mix the lies with the truth. So they always throw truth in to their lies. So right here we see the Egyptian Kaz, and you see the Medu Netter. I circled it right here. I blew it up down here at the bottom of the screen. It gets closer. We see the Nebul. We see the hawk. We see the house symbol, and we see the sesh symbol, and we see the mountain symbol here. You see that? The Kaz. This is from, I'm going to get into that at the end. This is from my package, where there are people called Nubians. I suggest you pick it up. It's a great way to support too. It's only $10. This is one of my creations from it. This is what's called the Blue Nile now. You see up here on the left-hand side, on the left-hand corner, you see Kaz. They just took it. They took the Medu Netter word, because we're going to get to that very quickly, and they put Nubia. So now it's not Kush, it's Nubia. Yes, Isfet. Roberto Reyes hit it, the nail on the head. It is pure Isfet. So, okay, so I'm looking at this. I'm like, wow, Kaz means Nubia. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. It's saying Kaz is Kush. Oh, I'm getting a headache. Too much. I want a bowl of ice cream. Okay, Menkhu, I'm going to need you to take over again, brother. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you.
Peace, 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 peace to the chat. Oh, man, what a wonderful, I'm sorry. I'm in like my own, I know my life is so great, people. I just have to tell you that. My life is great because of you, and because of Saba, because of our ancestors and Maat, and because of our wonderful, beautiful, great Saba Tehuti. Peace to Atef, peace to Ahati, peace to Ani. Oh my God, imagine if our children we're getting at a level that they could understand and comprehend and metabulate the information that we all have been receiving, the community that we are building. Imagine if we got this when we were little. Where would we be in our adult lives right now? I guarantee you that we would be ruling, like we would be doing amazing things. Not that you aren't already doing amazing things, but imagine if this teaching that we are getting now, if we got it when we were younger, we would be in a different space, and everybody around you would be different. Like, people can't even come around me now unless they're in the energy that I'm in. And so since Saba has transformed my life, I'm like, I don't even know who I am anymore. Like, everything has transformed. It's so beautiful. So shout out to you for joining us and this wonderful teaching that we are getting. I'm looking forward to Saba. What? Saba's gonna be what? A TEF. Where's Saba gonna be tomorrow? What is happening? I don't even know what's happening. The TEF voice. I don't even know what's happening right now.
Hey, I don't know what's going on, Ani. I don't know. Hey, I don't know what's going on.
Ani know what's going on, but I do not know what's going on. Yo, wait, Saba was just on Sonnetter. We have the Tehuti podcast. We have T.O.M. and now Saba's gonna be on Killer Priest.
Hey, that's where we all met at. That's where the energy connected at on the pod crab. Shout out to KP.
Something's happening, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm gonna let y'all talk because I'm bugging. I'm tripping
That's
right
fact.
now.
Nah, that's a beautiful energy, brother. But that's real though. But hey, listen, what you talking about? What if our kids got this teaching, or what if we got it when we was younger? Right? Shout out to Maat. What if people just told the truth? Because that's all we getting is the truth. It's just simple like that. They make it complicated, right? They make the lie complicated. It's just the truth. Just tell your kids the truth. Teach your kids the truth. Right? You right, brother. Where would we be if we would have just gotten the truth, as opposed to the lie that they tell us every day? Everything is a lie. Everything is a lie. Everything they taught us was a lie. But it's on purpose, though. It was done deliberate. So shout out to our teacher. You are right. This is a beautiful time that we are in right now. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask Ani and you. I'm like, what's going to happen? Because he's like flawless victories when he's on KP and Sonetta. It's flawless victories. So what's going to happen? I'm trying to.
Hey, you gotta ask Rasul that, or what's the other brother, Menkhu. Hey, but look, Saba got a squad now. So listen. Ooh. Hey, listen. He got a general now. He got Ani, he got you, he got me. Listen, shout out to Rasul, and shout out to Menkhu and them other brothers. Shout out to AD. Shout out to the tech, right? To the architect I used to look at and just marvel at. Now I don't have to marvel. I can hit my brother Ani, because we got the best architect. We got the best technician. Shout out to Ani, Ptah, Aten, Tehuti. Shout out to Ahati, brother.
I'm gonna go get some microwave popcorn because my popcorn is ready for tomorrow on KP. I'm ready to see what's gonna happen.
All right, brothers, you ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. All right, so I was dismantling this Kush craziness. And loads. Loading. Okay. Here we go. So there's just total confusion going on between this cause, because the Kingdom of Kush is saying that the cause is the Kingdom of Kush, and over here in the meta it clearly says Nubia. So which one is it? And then we have the Kash right here, because if you just replace the U with an A, it becomes what? It becomes Kush. It becomes Kush. So they're taking from the Medu Netter, of course, and just replacing a word, a letter here, a letter there, a word here, and Kash now becomes Kush. And you can see that they didn't even try to hide the glyphs. It's the identical glyphs. It's the Neb Bowl, it's the hawk, it's the sesh, and it's the mountain. See that? The Neb Bowl, the hawk, the sesh, and the mountain. More evidence that Kush, Nubia are Pa'unt. The Kashi. The Kashi was a Nubian, a Sudanese man. The Kashit was a Nubian woman. The Kash was what? A product of Pa'unt, the plural oysters. The pearl from an oyster was called the Kash. KASHTA, if you go to Wikipedia, KASHTA was the 8th century BC ruler of the what? Kushite dynasty in ancient Nubia. You have two different, oh my God. You have two different countries, kingdoms going on here. Is he the king of the Kushites, or is he the king of the Nubians? And the successor of Alara, and the answers in his predecessor, the great Alara. In the Nomen, KASHTA, transcribed as KASHTA, now they're saying it means possibly the land of Kush. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. He was succeeded by Pi, who would go on to conquer ancient Egypt and establish the 25th dynasty. So when people hear the Black Pharaohs or the Nubians, they immediately think of the 25th dynasty. I'm going to break all that apart too. So you see the great brothers here? They have they have red hair right here. Same as the brothers right here in the tomb painting. They look just like them. The Genbut is a man with woolly hair, a people of what? Ba'unt. The Genbut is a man with woolly hair. I guess the Tammuz in the modern day Arabs skip over this part when they're all arguing about race. Yep. Okay, so let's get back to great brother Hugh. You remember this photo from earlier? This picture, this tomb painting? According to many, these are Kushites found in the tomb of Hugh. You see here in the red box here, this is a symbol for what? Gold. They're carrying gold. Well, this one brother's carrying gold right here. Who was Hugh? Hugh was a leader under the great Ramoses II. Specifically, he was appointed to control the land of Paunt for the Par-Ii, for the Pharaoh. I'll read that again, just in case some people didn't hear me. This is the Kushite king, remember? Hugh, the Kushite leader, the viceroy. Hugh was a leader under the great Ramoses II. Who is Ramses II? Is Ramses a Kushite? Anybody in the chat? Is Ramses a Kushite? Is Ramses a Kushite? Is great Ramses II a Kushite? Anybody in the chat? Roberto Reyes says no. Yeah, nobody. If anybody's heard of ancient Egypt, the first pharaoh that pops into their mind most of the time is Ramses, and they would never attribute Ramses to anything else other than ancient Egypt or Kemet. Angela Gates says no. So this makes it doesn't make any sense. Hugh was a leader under the great. If you know anything about Kemet did not play. Let's mix in with foreigners and make them leaders. Kemet's not about that, if you didn't know. So Hugh was the leader under the great Ramoses II. Specifically, he was appointed to control the land of Paunt for Ramses, or Ramoses. I hope we all know Ramses was from Kemet. It was not in the interest of the ancestors to appoint foreigners to positions in their government, let alone a powerful one that holds most of the gold resources, most of the resources that fueled our nation, that fueled Kemet or ancient Egypt. You're putting somebody from a different nation over that? Because when you go into Wikipedia or you go any of the Talmud literature that talks about this Kushite kingdom, they're always calling these people conquerors of ancient Egypt. So they're already trying to create the separation within us. So nobody in their right mind that's running a government or is a leadership of anything will put somebody that's from something else that's different from their organization or nation or government. Nobody does that. There's no Chinese leader in the American government. that's not following the American government's way. There is no Russian leader in the Chinese government that's not following the Chinese government way. Oh, man. By their lies we shall know them. By their lies we shall know them. Guess who was the successor of Hugh, the governor of Nubia? Because they call Hugh the governor of Nubia. Oh, man. So he's a leader of the Kushite kingdom, and he's a governor of Nubia, and he's a leader under a Kemetic pharaoh. Introducing Setawu. Notice his arm position. So this is the successor to Hugh. Notice his arm position. This is Setawu. Bam. What position, chat, is Setawu's arms in? Is he in the Nubian position? Is he in the Kushite position? What position is Setawu's arms in? Right, the Ka position goes right back to the Kas. We're going to get to that. Very important to know this. The leadership of Setawu is represented by what? Is the leadership of all our ancestors that were in powerful positions were what? Was on their tomb paintings, was on their stelas, was in their astrakhan, was on the papyruses. And if one of the leaders from this fictitious Nubia or Kushite kingdom has his arms up in the Ka position, he must be representing Kemet. There's no doubt about that. Let alone, he's representing a certain aspect of the Kemetian. And we're going to get into that right now. Which goes back to what? The Kas. The Kas. Who are the Tamu trying to fool? Not me or you. Who was Alara of Kush? Because that's what the Tamu call him. Remember, KASHTA is the successor of Alara. When you go to Wikipedia again, this is deceptive information. It says Alara was the king of Kush, who was generally regarded as the founder of the Napatan royal dynasty by his 25th dynasty Kushite successors, and was the first recorded prince of Kush. Oh man, you would literally think this guy is straight up down with Kush. Alara himself was not a 25th dynasty Kushite king, since he never controlled any region. Alara was the king of Kush. You remember I read that? It says it right here. Alara was the king of Kush. We come down. It says Alara himself was not a 24th dynasty Kushite king, since he never controlled any region of Egypt during his reign compared to his two immediate successors. He never controlled any region of Egypt. He never controlled any region of Egypt. He never controlled any land of Kemet. What king doesn't control any land? What king or leader or president or whatever you want to call them, a ruler, doesn't have control over the land? The government is on the land, therefore he's control of the land. What king doesn't have control of his land? Alara himself was not a 25th dynasty Kushite king, since he never controlled any region of Egypt during his reign compared to his two immediate successors, KASHTA and Pi, respectively. The Nubian literature credits him. Roberto Reyes, Burger King. Yeah. But the Nubian literature credits him. What Nubian literature? What Nubian literature is that? What Nubian person? What Nubian scribe? Can anybody name a Nubian scribe off the top of your head? Where is this Nubian literature? I've never seen it. Goes on to say his memory was also central to the origin myth. There's that word myth. We remember mythos just means a story. Doesn't mean it's fake, fictional, or lie. It's just a story. The central to the origin myth of the Kushite kingdom, which was embellished with new elements over time. So they're admitting their lies are put into the story over time. This is how dumbed down most people are. This is how dumbed down they are. The Talmud is literally telling you, I'm embellishing these stories over time. At least this one. And people go, oh, okay. All right. Deceptive information. Part 3, KASHTA Kentiaha. This is the last part. Ta Seti, the land of the bow, the land of our ancestry. This too is from my We're the Nubians, an actual people package. We see that it clearly shows KASHTA was another leader from Kemet, because we see the glyphs here. See it? See the Ka symbol, see the Sesh symbol, and then the land symbol, the dots, symbolizing seeds, dropping seeds. KASHTA, it matches up with the Wikipedia over here on the right. See that? Very simple. The Nubian conqueror, see that? He's a Nubian conqueror of Egypt from Napata. From what I've shown you from right now, that should be destroyed within your minds, that there's no such thing as a Nubian, a Nubia, a Kush, Kushite. There's only Kemet. There's only Kemet. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Of course. So this is from my Budge Dictionary, Volume 2. Highly recommended. On your screen, it shows here the dynasty is the 23rd dynasty. Okay, 23rd dynasty. In the 23rd dynasty, we have the Nubian conqueror again. See that? The Nubian conqueror of Egypt from Napata. We see the first line is Pianki, Meri Amun. Pianki, Meri Amun. This is the son of KASHTA. So they put KASHTA's son above KASHTA. You're going to see that in a second. They put Pi, because Pi is Pianki, they put Pi above his father. How disrespectful are you? The bottom here underneath the highlighted red line, of course, KASHTA is buried at the bottom, because that destroys the Nubian story. He destroys the Kush story. He's the center of gold mining, and the Talmuds have to control the gold today, so they can't let this information out. So they have to bury him. And then what dynasty does everybody remember? The Nubian dynasty, the 25th dynasty. So nobody's even looking at the 23rd dynasty. They're looking at the 25th dynasty. And the answer and the secrets and everything is hidden in the 23rd dynasty, not the 25th dynasty. Because now we're dealing with Shabaka, who comes later. Oh, man. Evil Talmud, you. We see ancestor KASHTA is shown below. His son, Pi. Just more ways to confuse us, hoping we give up searching for the truth. Well, not here, and never will we as followers of Maat ever give up searching for our reclamation to nationhood. Reclaiming the lands of our ancestors, present day is our dream. declaring independence on these lands will be our children's reality. Ahati Ma'at. Did you know that Ahati is another name for what is now called Nubia? Ahati has a lot more meanings than just hail. They named an entire town or city or community after a hail, after praising everyone. I don't know a modern city that calls it the hail. I don't know any city or town or state or anywhere that calls themselves "We're the hail." We're the praise. This is how passionate our people were about building each other up with great energy. And you can't do that if all this is too confusing and you don't have the proper information. And all you're being taught is lies. The Temple of Amata. The Temple of Amata is the oldest Egyptian temple in Nubia. It was first constructed by Pharaoh Thutmose III of the 18th dynasty and dedicated to Amun and Re Harakuti. Again, the oldest Egyptian temple, they put Egyptian, but let's just say temple. The oldest temple in Nubia was constructed by an Egyptian, by a Kemetic pharaoh. Does that make sense to you? Anyone? Does that make sense to you? What is a conquering nation, right? Because the Nubians are conquerors. It said it. It says it in the dictionary, right? The Nubian conquerors. Why is the Kemetians building a temple for their conquerors or a conqueror? Is it because they're slaves? No. Believe me, Par Tehuti was no slave to no one. We go down to the next highlighted part. It says various 19th dynasty kings, especially Seti I and Ramoses II, carried out minor restorations and added to the temple's decoration. The stelas of the viceroys. Viceroy is just another name for viceroy's leader of Kush. Here we go again. Kush and Setau already destroyed that. Heka en Akut. Heka en Akut. These are all Medunetter names. Messiu. And that is the Chancellor Bay. I'm laughing because this is now just comical. See, when the lies are exposed, it just becomes comical and boring. And of course, what do they call this? The Nubian monuments from Abu Simbel in Philae. Well, what's the correct name, man? The correct name is the Maheru. This is the name of the site of the temple of Ramoses II at Abu Simbel. Now you know. It's not Temple of Amata. It's Maheru. Right, Maheru? Wonder if Maheru heard me. Why are we talking about temples now? Why are we talking about temples? If you notice, my position in Tom is the Kenti Aha. If you didn't know that, now you know. Here we go, the grand finale. The Kenti Aha is the leader of the fight. The Kentiu Han Nefer, the peoples or tribes of Nubia. We know it's not Nubia. It is the Kashi people in the Egyptian Sudan. See that? The Kenti is the Nubian frontier, a land in Sudan. The Kenti is a town in Egypt. Wait a second. Which one is it? Is it in Nubia? Which one is it? Nubia or Egypt? Straight connection here. There's no difference. Kenti is the Nubian frontier. Frontier is just another name for land. Kenti is a town in Egypt. Kent. In front, in the forepart, before, aforetime, formerly, previously, in advance, at beginning, the land south of Kemet or Egypt, before him, before thee. This goes back to the Aboriginal Egyptians. Remember that? They didn't call themselves Aboriginals. They were the Kenti. And soon you'll see the Kente-Ipu. And here's the connection again. No difference between Kemet and what they're calling Nubia now, or the Kashi people. The Kashi people, the Kas people, and Kemet are all the same people. Kentiu, an intimate friend, somebody you can trust. Kenti, to advance, to bring forward, to promote a man to high rank, to march southwards. Why? Because the Kentiu were the warriors, they were the soldiers, they were the defenders of the nation, and the defenders of the followers of Maat. They were the defenders of Maat, like the Tchetu Etef Rem Kem Maat says. Says it almost every class. The Kenti is an image, it's a statue, it's a figure, because you are the image of your knowledge, of your teaching, of yourself. Ta Seti, back to Ta Seti, comes from Set, right? Land of the bow. They're calling it Nubia again. Ta Seti. Most of us heard of Ta Seti. Look at this. What is Set? Set equals Sut equals image. And finally, what is the Kenti? The Kenti is a temple. Kenti is a temple. That's what a shrine is. And the body, most people say the body is a temple. I say the body is a temple. So you in the physical temple that we built to the Nichiru and the ancestors, you are their representative. You are the Kenti. You are the Kentiu. You are the defenders of Maat. So, if you're interested, I go way more into depth and connections. This is just surface talk right here. If you want more in-depth connections to this, especially for the sisters, there's more connections to the daughters of KASHTA. You can go here. You can go to this website here. Go to www.buymeacoffee.com at Ahati Ma'at, or you can go to Teachings of Ma'at website. And you'll find, you sign up there and you click on Ahati Ma'at, and you'll find this teaching there too. And what's great about this teaching is that, hold on a second. You go to that teaching and you'll get it, here they are. So you'll get a PDF. So if you speak English, there's an English package, there's a Spanish package, and there's a Swahili package. So in the English package, you'll get this. It's a 7 to 9 minute read. It's a PDF. If you don't like reading, you'll get the audio, just like the podcast. You'll get an audio. You can listen to it on the run. It's 7 to 9 minutes. And then for those of you that want a really, really in-depth teaching of what I just taught tonight, request email Teachings of Maat for a video, and I have a live video breakdown, even way more thorough than this. So there's an English package or packet. Was there an ancient people called Nubian? There's a Spanish version, and just to show you, there's a Spanish version, see? And then there's a Swahili version. And there's the Swahili version. And there you can see part of the teaching. I took just the picture part, you'll see there. Yeah, so you can find on a website. You can go to buymeacoffee.com. I'll post the link. I'll post the link when I'm done here. So, just waiting for a screen to load. So thank you for supporting me in Teachings of my organization. The movement begins with you. Join us. Like Jeff says, come join us. And that's it. I'm done. Hope you enjoyed.
love, Otep. That was that was excellent, my brother.
Thank you.
I love it. Hey, you know what? Let me tell you what I love about is you know when I first began learning about just the truth, just period, right? Because you know the truth is the truth. So, but it didn't. It led me to this. It led me to Ma'at, right? But initially, I was just getting the truth in different aspects. I began to get the raw truth. You know that old dirty bastard that raw truth. When it start coming raw, like Ani say, I could see the veil under the veil. Once that started happening, people used to ask me all the time. They used to say, well, what you gonna do with the truth? Because I would like just whatever I would find out that was the truth. Like if like whatever it was, it didn't even matter what it was at the time. But I would begin to break people's matrices. But they would be like, well, what you gonna do with the truth when you get it? And at that time, I didn't even have an answer at that time because I didn't know that the truth was called Ma'at at that time. So I was like, I don't know. Well, you know, I'm like, listen, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the truth, but I'd rather have the truth than the lie. And I mean, it was one time we were talking and this young lady started crying because the truth was so raw for her. And I understood that. I definitely understand that now. And she was like, well, okay, but that's true. So, but now what? So, and like, what are you gonna do with it? And you know, the answer to that's a personal answer. That's a personal answer for everybody to answer. Once you get the truth, it's up to you to decide what to do with it. You know, because the truth is beautiful. So Tuah for that beautiful truth, my brother. And now I know what I'm gonna do with the truth, right? Because now I know that I am a defender of Ma'at. So not only do I know what to do with the truth, but I know how to defend it and protect it, and I know what my responsibility is, and that is to spread the truth and to defend it and to protect it. So Tuah for that beautiful lesson, and breaking this out of this matrix and showing us the difference, and showing us that the Ret Im Romeh and the Nehesi are the same people. And I use different terminology than you use just to illustrate that that was the beauty of our ancestors. When Ani always talks about the dualisms and stuff like that, you know, just understanding it now on a deeper level. People, you notice what I said, the Ret Im Romeh and the Nehesi. You know, I don't even remember you saying those two words in this teaching at all, but that picture that you showed, I understand it, my brother. So Tuah for that beautiful, excellent teaching, and Henu to you, my good brother. Henu to you, and Henu to Saba, Tehuti Amahotep Ra, the best teacher, period. It's just a beautiful time that we in, like Menkhu said, because it's really sad that it's just us that's exposed to the truth. I'm gonna share something with you, brothers. I had a conversation with one of with someone that I called a friend. Once upon a time, we were in Islam together, and it was just a simple conversation. I just asked him a simple question, and it just went totally left. And the funny thing about that was that I normally would have reacted, or I would have said some things that I probably would have said, wow, I didn't have to go that hard. Later on, I probably would have said that to myself, but I didn't. And the reason why I didn't was because prior to that, my goddess, we was at the park and with the children. My name is Eteth, so I'm always with my children and my family. So we were there, and my goddess, she said to me, she said, sweet, she said, the truth that you know she said, sometimes when you share it with people, she said, now listen to me, baby. She said, I know that you're just super passionate about the truth. She said, but a lot of times people take that, they take it as aggression. And I told her, I said, you know, I know. I said, I know. And I said, and she brought up our Saba. And I agreed with her. When normally, I wasn't gonna say normally, but sometimes I would disagree with her. But in this instance, I said, you're right. I said, you're right. I said, she said, the way he handles, the way he speaks, he never loses his cool. He keeps an even temperament. She said, he's never, like, his poise is excellent. And I said, I recognize that too. And I said, that's something that I strive for. So fast forward a few hours later, I had the opportunity to demonstrate that. And I did. I demonstrated it beautifully. I tried to echo the sentiment and the energy of my teacher. And that's what we have to do. We got to stop hating, and we have to start observing greatness and excellence when we see our brothers and our sisters. And we have to, if that's something that we can learn from and something that can help us be better, then we need to start taking advantage of that or maximizing that. So again, I just want to say shout out to you, brother, for that excellent teaching. I know it's pretty late. I'm not gonna talk for very long. I'm gonna let these brothers talk, but I just want to say tuah to that and tuah to our teacher, because right now it is necessary. It is absolutely necessary that we get this truth. And what people decide to do with that truth is a personal choice. It's up to you. But like I say every week, you know, when you look in the mirror, what do? The choice is yours, you know. You decide what you want to do with that truth once you get it. I decided to become a defender of Ma'at because it's my duty, it's my responsibility. I have a family, I have children, and for so long we've been defending and respecting the lie, because ultimately that's all the argument would have been with that brother that I was having that conversation with. It just would have been, he would have been defending the lie, and I would have just been standing on Ma'at. And that's what I did. But at the same time, I echoed the energy of my teacher. At least I tried to, because that's the thing that I recognize as excellence. So Hinu to you, my brother. Tuah for that beautiful teachings, and I'm gonna let you brothers talk.
Yeah, I'll be real short. Tuah, Ahati, for representing our ancestors the right way, and the netters. Your presentation exuded wisdom, strength, and beauty, and that's what our people need to heal. And we just gotta, you know, it's a heavy weight to carry on our shoulders, but who better than us to break ourselves and break our people out of the matrix? Because these liars and thieves, like, it's like they're just pathological. They just, like, it's just saddening and sickening how much they lie and steal, and the psychological warfare against us. It's a journey, right? It's, you know, we trying to better ourselves, and we trying to come into this truth, and it's like constant layers you have to pull off and get the information and check the information, and but it's necessary. And so Tuah for your strength and not wavering and allowing yourself to be transformed into the general that you are, and your dedication sitting under Saba for so long and continuing the journey to build a nation that we need so we can defend ourselves. So much respect and adoration to you for who you are and this energy. We appreciate you.
Yes, absolutely phenomenal. Great words, great brothers. Yeah, I love when you give your presentations because they're they're very deep, but they're very cut to the point. Like you don't make a large hole, you make it just one thin, very deep hole, and you keep everything very concise and directed. So tua to you for that, and bringing forth the real word that people call Kush, you know, from Kash, just eliminating that isfet. So now anytime people hear anything about Kush, they can just direct them to this video and Nubia and all these terms that have been used to create a different sound vibration than what we created, to of course change and alter the consciousness. So tua to you for putting us back on that, the real sound vibrations of what our ancestors brought forth, which is so very important. Teaching about Pa'unt, and that's a very important teaching as well, especially today, you know, and you know, showing the glyphs as well, because I mean that really tells the story of, you know, what Pa'unt means, the origin and where things started from. So tua for that, bringing up Hesi Ray, that as a very important ancestors. Tua for bringing that to the forefront. The first acknowledged dentist, and showing that beautiful wooden depiction of him, and just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. So tua for bringing that forward and showing that the per im nub of Neb Kepara. What I say, blow minds. My mind is golden. Coat me in gold like I'm Tut Ankh-Amen. And that's, like you said, when you bring that up, when you show him, because of, you know, how his Taheh, the land of eternity, how his tomb was untouched, we get a lot of beautiful gems from there. But that was around everyone who was it just goes to show, just think about how much went into to create the gold, like you said, to all the work that went into making it, just to have it, and then to turn it into art, and to be so detailed and so concise. You did a very beautiful job of allowing us to really see what they did and how important it is, the work that they did and the consciousness to have to bring that forward, to do that consistently for thousands of years. It's just absolutely phenomenal, and showing the importance of why our land is today still has to be, they have to do what they do if they want to survive. So their biological imperative is kicking in, and we've lost our biological imperative because of the mental psychosis. But when we start connecting back to our biological imperative, then it'll be much more of a fight. So tua for being that, the Kintiaha, and showing us what's necessary for us to stand in a position that we can be proud of. So tua to you, great brother, for that.
You know,
Look at my background. I'm inspired by the gold. You see, I went quick. I went in quick. I went in quick, bro. I went and changed my background to Aset, Asal, and Heru. Gold, the golden statues of our ancestors. Beautiful, beautiful golden statue. This was excellent, man. I love it. I love it.
Yes, support this great brother. The Cash App, the PayPal is in the links. They're at the pin to the top. So support this great brother and what he's bringing forth. You heard him say that he's in the middle of moving. You see him having to do things. He's still bringing this presentation to you. I mean, show your support to this great brother.
Yes.
Go ahead, brother.
Hey, Ahati, my brother. So when you asked me that I want to go this week, right? I was like, I did, but I'm like, I ain't have nothing ready. So mind you, me and my God has been working on the presentation so diligently. We was trying to finish, but I said, okay, I got a meeting at 7:30. I'm gonna bring it up. I know it's late, but if we finish, I'm gonna bring it up. Mind you, I'm not finished, but we was close. And I just want to say, man, listen, this was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful breakdown. And man, I was trying. I was like, I'm gonna switch with him, but that goes to show you the dedication, though, right? The dedication that this brother is still. He's in the process of handling other things, and he still was able to bring forth tonight for us and give us an excellent presentation. Said he was up all night, late. So, support, like, subscribe, and comment, show your support. If you are a true follower of Maat, then show your support, then you understand.
Yes, and I'll go ahead and show the ones who were supporting during the presentation. Hopefully we'll receive more as I'm going through these, and it'll inspire some people. So I'll go to present, share screen. And of course, the great brother who always consistently supports. So the ones who support us are very consistent. Every now and then we get new people who come into the information, but for the most part, these are the consistent members who just continuously support Maat. So shout out to Stephen E, who sends 1572. For the love of the people, Henu Nefer Senu. What's up to you, great brother Stephen E. Tua for your very gracious and consistent support, my brother. We truly appreciate that. Okay. Next, let's go to present. We have Maharu, who's in the chat, who got some great teachings to associate with his name. So tua to you for supporting. It says donation, Hotep Ahati.
For
go ahead,
insight into ancestors and memories.
Yes.
To a brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna be traveling next week, and I'm gonna still bring forth. So, we was trying to. That would have been It was a good idea to switch, but it didn't work out that way. So, you know how we do. We're gonna do what we do anyway.
Right.
Represent Maat. That's the foundation. So brick by brick, as that brother said, and as I love to say, we're building a nation. So, whatever it takes to bring this truth forward. We have an excellent example in our teacher. The way Saba bring forth consistently week after week after week. Oh my man, it is. Listen, that is something to be admired. And I don't think, us up here, we appreciate it. And there's 20 people in the chat, so I know you all appreciate it. But man, it's just a slow grind though. But he's gonna be celebrated though. He's definitely gonna be celebrated more. And it's gonna be like Ani said, it's gonna be an inundation when it comes. It's gonna be like a flood, right? Because I say the hate is great, the love is fake. But we're as we see, I know a good majority of us, Heka Kepara, Shannon South, I know a good majority of us, our energies first connected on that platform. So it'll be good to encounter some more of this beautiful energy that's out there, because there's more nectars out there. They just don't know it yet. They just don't know it yet. Because I didn't know when I was listening. I didn't know what I was listening to. I was being exposed to something brand new. I was like, what is going on? But it was beautiful. My soul connected with it first, because the truth was so raw. The truth was so raw. And then I realized, or I was shown that my frequency is Maat. So it's beautiful, man. It is absolute beautiful time that we are in. So come join us. teachersatmaat.org. Got some more, Ani?
Absolutely. Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. Next we have Big Vapes, who sends $5. He says, for Ahati presentation, 7/16/2023.
Big Vapes.
To our good brother Big Vapes, the winner of the first talent show of T.O.M. Shout out to you, and continue to keep doing your writing. We look forward to hearing more that you have to bring forth. So peace and love to you. All right, next we have Master K. Hotep Ma'at, namaste. Keep up the great work, brothers and sisters, and Ma'at from Master K since 1072. Okay, next we have Carolina, $15 for Tua for a great presentation. Hinu to you.
That's like the Wild West.
You sound like a musket for real.
He definitely did.
Listen, the sisters gotta be celebrated. Them sisters, listen, man, the sisters gotta be celebrated and protected too. So, you know, we gotta come with that extra firepower. We gotta stand up like the part EE. So, yeah.
Tef took us back to the 1200s.
It's a shotgun.
You do it, yeah.
All right. And we have one more. Refresh and make sure here. Yes, we have one more from the good brother Bijan Pharaoh, who sends $10. Support Hinu to you kings.
Good brother.
Yo, let's go.
To all the great supporters who are just consistent and understanding that, you know, this is what it takes to bring forth these presentations to you all. It takes hours and days. So it's great. Weeks. It takes
the whole time.
It's great to know that those who understand that and appreciate that and show support, because you know it's a lot. So to receive that reciprocity starts to replenish that energy and all those just calculated hours that it takes to put these things together for you all, and to just be able to consistently live out the teachings, to be able to bring forth the level of presentations and teachings that we do for you all. So to everyone who consistently shows support and love and reciprocity and understands that Ma'at is built on a reciprocity system. So Hotep and Hinu, to all of you. Peace to all the, as the Tef says, all the sneak learners. Peace and love to you, and hopefully you're able to utilize what you're learning from behind the scenes to one day bring forth some reciprocity for who presented it to you and allowed you to take the information and expand. So peace and love. And if you great brothers want to speak on anything, I'll pass the mic to you all.
It take me the whole time, bro. Hey, listen, this is probably, I don't even know if I'm halfway done, but it take me the whole time, from week to week. What we present every 4 weeks or whatever. For me, it's the whole time, because there's no separation for me. It's my life. I'm to the park with the kids, with the family, traveling. It's no separation for me, and that's how it has to be, because it would be no way that I would be able to do this. So Ma'at is everything for me. I have my Ankh with me at all times, but it's no separation. And that includes with my goddess and just everything. My life is no separation. So for me, it don't even take hours. It's just, it's always, it's constant for me because I just want to learn. And that's what I'm doing, is learning and creating. But when I create my presentations, there's no ending to it, because the beginning, I don't even know where it begins. Like it's just, there's no separation, man. I can't separate Ma'at from anything else, so it's all a part of it. So, but this is the first time that I'm almost done. I think I'm gonna be done like before. I think I'm gonna be done tomorrow. I should be done tomorrow.
Let me I'll say this too. Because for my last excuse me, for my last presentation for God Body Becoming a Netter, from the time I wrote the title down on my board over here and sitting down and putting it together, I calculated for each time that I went to sit down and put something together for it, and I put in a total of 27 hours of putting together that presentation. Now that's more than half of a work week for most people, which is 40 hours. People put in 40 hours of work week, and so here at the teachings of Ma'at, it's I want people to really understand that this is an entire life that we are presenting and bringing to you all, and it takes so much time to put together these presentations for you all. So I just want people to really understand that, and I calculated that to for myself to know, and I'm bringing that forward here so people can really truly understand and conceptualize. We come up here and it may take an hour and a half, 2 hours of presenting it to you, but putting it together, people go in and clock into work and put in 40 hours for their job, and here we are putting in 40 hours for a presentation for you all. So
yeah, that's a fact, bro.
Support it.
That is a fact. That's what I mean, is no separation for me. Look, I don't even have the name yet. You say you wrote the title down? I don't even have the title yet. I don't have the title. I have a base. It's culture. That's it. I don't. It's nonstop, bro. Listen, let me tell you, if it was just sit down at the computer and just put something together, which I can't. Let me just tell y'all straight up, I can't, because my heart don't work like that, right? And sometimes I sit down and try to work on it, and it's just not there, but it's in my head, and it's. But Hollywood work like that though. Hollywood take years and years to create a 2 hour or hour and a half movie or TV show. That's how they work, So for me, I thought when we were doing the study guide, when we first started, when we were breaking down Saba's book, I thought that's how it was, because the only thing I could relate it to was like schoolwork, but this is not schoolwork at all. This is totally different for me. And it's and there's no separation. My life is this. So my life is the presentation. So, and even in creating a presentation, my life is Ma'at. And I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't have a title yet, Ani. So hopefully I'll have one when I'm finished or when I'm close to it. But it's no separation, and that's what they want. And this is what the Good Brothers teachings was about today, how they separate us, right? There's no separation. There's no separation, and either you're Ma'at or you're not. That's the separation. But the Democrat, Republican, the light skin, dark skin, all those titles, the Puerto Rican, Mexican, all these titles that they gave us to create separation is all things that the colonizer gave us to separate us and to keep us in confusion. But with Ma'at, like the brother said, there's no separation with us. That energy is it's Ma'at, and it's connected and it's beautiful. You just got to raise your vibration and get on that frequency. So again, Tua and Hinu to you, my good brother, because we're building here, and that's the difference. And that's what they teach us. They teach us how to destroy, right? Because that's all they know. Sport fishing, sport hunting. You just grab the fish, give them a cleft lip and throw it back. Who do that? Like they hunting animals to extinction, cutting down trees, like all of just creating all type of isfet and confusion. It's not like that here. Here we are building each other up, and we are building. So shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody that constantly supports us, and that realize what we're doing here, because it's a beautiful thing and it's a beautiful time right here. And Maat is beautiful.
And Tef is just flowing, man. And Tef is like, you turn on the water spigot or fountain, and Tef just flow. His cause is constantly regurgitating and reverberating, and I don't even know if reverberating is the word, but I love it, man. That's why I just sit here and chill and I just listen to him talk, because the guy is just pure. He purely loves Maat, and that's what we're about here. We purely love Maat. So,
Tua for that, brother. Tua for those beautiful words.
So everybody, because I know we're gonna be wrapping this up soon. Again, I hope you. I know a lot of you enjoyed the presentation. I'm so happy because I don't know. At the moment, I don't feel comfortable putting my business out there in the public, but it may be missing in action for just a little while, because I have to do some things that I did prior to teachings of Maat. So, and it has to be done. So I may not be doing this for a couple months, maybe. We'll just have to keep updating you, but the brothers will hold it down, I know, for me, and we'll make sure that you out there watching will always get an excellent presentation. You always get our best. You always get our best. And shout out to the people that are sending me support now behind the scenes. You are greatly appreciated. You are very great in yourself, because that's what Saba taught me from the beginning, was how to be great again. Because we're great when we're born, we just forget. So Saba taught me, and he teaches everybody how to be great again. So we are here to teach you the same, to continue that tradition of ours. And again, everybody, thank you for your support and your love and your desire to either join the followers of Maat or to learn from us. And like I said tonight, especially as men, we are shining examples on this panel that we are far from weak. We are firm in our stance on Maat. And like I said before, unless you have a gunshot in you, or a knife stabbed in you, people are breaking into your home, the minute you're about to put on your presentation, whatever it is, you can do what you have to do to go forth. I could have just chilled back. I know I could have. I could have just told the brothers something, and they would have been okay with it. And I won't do that for the children out there. Like I always say, I do this. When I make these presentations, I'm strictly focusing on the future child that's going to be watching us. Because that one child could be the one that turns our whole situation here in the Matrix right around. So me being tired, exhausted, or whatever little small problem I have during the course of the day is nothing to the monumental task that one child is going to do in the future, because they watched us and finally joined us and became a great historical figure. That's why I do what I do, honestly. So this is more than just even this. This is a lifestyle, like the brother said, like Atef always says. And once it becomes a lifestyle, there is no lying in us. You can't fake his energy. So, once again, I hope everybody has a great night, a great rest of your week. Support these brothers at all costs. Support a great Saba Tehuti with whatever you can. And I will see everybody soon in the future. Ma'at. Ma'at.
Henu to you, great brother. Let me showcase the website real quick, teachingsofmaat.org. Go here. You can support us here. Here's where you subscribe to the newsletter. Put your email address in and you'll be added to our newsletter. And when you go to more here, you can also go to the leadership members. And this is how you can also support us individually. Just click on the image of the person you want to support. And you can click on great brother Ahati Ma'at's image here. It'll take you to his Cash App. And he also has a section here, Ahati Ma'at. Same thing. You can click this image here to support this great brother personally. You can also purchase his book. Here's his ebook right here. Here's a physical book, and here's the ebook. If you do not have this, definitely add this to your library. It's very affordable, so be sure you purchase this ebook from this great brother. He also has teachings. Once you create a membership, once you click this little person up here and sign in, you'll be given access to our member only access section, and you can also purchase his teachings there. You know, some of what he broke down, he showed, and also his buy me a coffee. That link is also in the in the comment section. So be sure to support this great brother. He does a lot for us. So be sure to just let him know that you appreciate what he brings forth. And there was so many different ways to do that here. He also has some beautiful fragrances that smell phenomenal. Everywhere I go, I get some wonderful compliments from those fragrances. So to you, great brother, is definitely a conversation starter. Just walking by somebody, shoo, do a little arm swing and and like, smell good. I'll be like, Tua. Like, what's that? Oh, let me bring you to Ma'at. Let me show you Ahati Ma'at. So to you, great brother, for what you do. And we're definitely here for you. Gonna hold this down so our great brother can do exactly what he needs to do. And to all the great supporters. So with that, I'll close out and say Hotep Ma'at to everyone. Peace and love. Tua for all your support. Tua for your attention, because without your attention, this never even existed. So it's one of your most valuable assets that you have as a ka, as a ku here in this physical reality, is your attention. And what you place that into literally creates the reality around you. So Tua for that. And may you all have a wonderful week. Metanetter Mondays, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Be sure you are in class. If you can't be there live, email Saba Tehuti and get the recording. All the classes are recorded, and you can also get those recordings and join the Discord, because we'll also be posting a link to the to when Saba Tehuti goes to Killer Priest Podcraft, and so we'll remind everybody there in the Discord. So Tua, next week we have the great brother Aten. He says he doesn't have his title yet, but I know the brother. I know the brother is building. I know the brother is definitely going to bring forth, as he says, some valuable information that we need to know. That a lot of times gets swept under the rug, and acted, and a lot of acting goes on to portray that certain things aren't happening, when in reality is happening on a high level every single day. So we're defenders of Ma'at, we're protectors of the children. So for us to be able to really do what we need to do to protect those that we love, we have to know and understand what's going on. We have to know where we're at and what who our enemy is and what they are doing. So it's very important. So I know this great brother is going to bring forth a powerful presentation. And so be sure to join us then, Friday pod class as well. And with that, Hotep Ma'at, and everyone have a powerful and abundance week. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Menkhu, you got some closing words, good brother?
Not a lot. Just want to say to you brothers, peace to the chat for providing a safe space and giving me something to be a part of every Sunday. This lifestyle is the life that I've been searching for. So it's beautiful to be here with you all, and looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow 2 times if you come to Meta Netter, Killer Priest. See you definitely at the pod class, and see you here again next Sunday.
With that, we'll close it out.
One more second, great brother.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got last minute support in, and I want to show this before we close out. The great brother, Black Alucard, $15 for support. To you, great brother. I'm glad to be able to see your name here again. And for those who don't know, Black Alucard is Dracula spelled backwards.
Black Dracula. Yeah.
So glad to see you back here, great brother, and look forward to continuing to build with you. So peace and love. Tua for your support. Okay, take it over, great brother. Atef Rim Kim Maat.
Tua, Ahati, good brother. Those, you got any closing words?
No, brother.
That was it. Nah, that's it. We're gonna close it out, man. Thank you everybody for tuning in for an excellent show. To all the supporters, the consistent supporters, teachingsamaat.org. Come join us. Best teacher on the internet, the best teacher, period, hands down. The Saba, the big homie. Breaking people out the matrix more than old people in ASICs. Shout out to our teacher, Saba Tehuti Amahotep Ra. We're going to close as we do with our beautiful affirmation. Hotep Ma'at, y'all have a beautiful, excellent weekend. Tune in tomorrow night on the Killer Priest podcast, and we will meet up again, and we will connect energies with like-minded energy, and we will observe our great Saba on there with his excellent snake style. Definitely looking forward to that. So tune in tomorrow, like Ani said, Madunetta Mondays, and now we got a double treat. It's beautiful, man. So hopefully we can keep that energy going. So with that, we're gonna close out as we do always with our beautiful affirmation. Come join us. teachingsamaat.org. From tonight's teachings, not here, and never will we as the followers of Ma'at ever give up searching for our reclamation to nationhood, reclaiming the lands of our ancestors. Present day is our dream. Declaring independence on these lands will be our children's reality. Henu Ma'at. Unkia Ma'at, Un-N-S, Nintet or Set in Ma'at, Menhapapet in Ma'at, Her in Hukui, Per Ikut. I live for Ma'at, I exist within her, I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at, my being is surrounded in darkness, I come forth as conscious light. Hotep Ma'at.
Shed. Closed my eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move, but my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed? Eating alkaline at this time, fasting reads though shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, fear had me froze. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of state's effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I've seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling forcefully, holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within, I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it, and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helped to set me free. I'm back in paralysis laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. See a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed.
But I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it.